Panthers. Home of the three-time NBA champion Miami Heat. Five-time national championship winner Miami Hurricanes football. And Miami Hurricanes basketball.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's time for Sports Day.
Beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day.
Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
It is a Sunday fun day here on Sports Day. And man, last night, a fun one if you're a fan of sports in South Florida. Inter Miami, they are who we thought they are. Playing like ballers yesterday. Lionel Messi, he wakes up and just scores a brace. 2 goals again last night, 2 assists. The team down 1-0 in the 14th minute. Not a problem. They win 5-1 over the New York Red Bulls. Onward and upward. Daniel Solana actually going to be joining us later today at around 3:15 to talk about Inter Miami. And surprise, surprise, surprise. Maybe one of the biggest surprises in sports this time of year are Miami Marlins, who are hotter than a fox in a forest fire. They are nearing the 500 mark, a team that during spring training, a lot of experts were telling us they have a chance to have the worst record ever in Major League Baseball. They might only win 40 games this year. This is a team that has succeeded and excelled, and expectations very great. On Colombian Heritage Day yesterday, they showed out Otto, Lopez, all 3 RBIs as they defeated Kansas City Royals, another team that's floating around 500, 3-1. They go for the sweep today with my dude, Jansen Junk on the mound. Woo! Exciting times here in South Florida. Also, Dolphins going to be getting training camp in about a week from now. The Heat finishing up Summer League, putting together their team. There's been some moves in the NBA. How will it affect the Heat? We will discuss that, and we'll just get it all done right here on Sports Day. Dan Day, by the way, you can hit me up on social media at Dan Day Radio. My cousin Vladimir Louison, he is on the way. He's going to have some insight for you that is second to none. Let's get some quick headlines right now, though. 46-51 Marlins. 46-51 at this point in the season. Marlins defeated the Royals again yesterday, 3-1. They go for the sweep today at 1:40. Jansen Junk does get that start for the Fish. This team has been unbelievable this year from the get-go. Game 1 against the Pirates. Kyle Stowers walks it off. They get a win. You say, okay, that's nice. That might be the only highlight of the season. No. There have been plenty of highlights for this Marlins team, and hopefully more to come. You keep waiting for them to come down to earth. And I know we're over-celebrating 46-51, but our expectations were so much lower. 46-51 at this point in the season. You have to really be proud of the Marlins and give credit. Peter Bendix and the guys, they put the money into science, and it seems like science is paying off for the Marlins, at least for right now. Inter Miami down 1-0, 14th minute. New York Red Bulls, not a problem. They storm back 5-1. They win. Messi and Telesco Segovia both had a brace Saturday. FC Cincinnati comes to town. That's been our bugaboo. FC Cincinnati, if you remember correctly, up in Cincinnati Wednesday, they beat us 3-0. Well, they're coming to town. They're going to be at Chase Stadium this coming Saturday, 7:15. FC Cincinnati, one of the best teams in all of MLS. Inter Miami believes to be one of the best teams in all MLS, but they do need to go out there and they do need to beat FC Cincinnati. Like I said, Daniel Solana from Battered Herons podcast going to be joining us at around 3:15 today. He's going to be giving us an update on everything in the soccer world, especially with Messi Mania, with the Miami team, and also FC Cincinnati coming to town. Dolphins begin training camp. That's Saturday, 9 a.m. at the Baptist Health Practice Facility over there in Miami Gardens. Should be kind of an easy day. It's like an orientation day for the team. It's coming back together, kind of getting everything settled down, feeling all right. Athlon Sports lists Miami as one of the top 10 teams that improved themselves in the offseason through the transfer portal. The site noted bringing in defensive players like Xavier Lucas from Wisconsin, and also, of course, offensive players like Georgia quarterback Carson Beck. That's the thing about Mario Cristobal. Loves to recruit, loves to fill in the gaps, but if he doesn't have the right guys there, he's going to go into that transfer portal. Probably going to get a little bit of that NIL money, give him a taste of the Miami lifestyle. Coral Gables. I was actually in Coral Gables yesterday on the Miracle Mile. Whew, that's a fun place to be. It's a little quieter than South Beach, but it's got some great vibes out there. I can only imagine 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kid going to South Beach one day, and then later in the day, maybe going to Coral Gables, running around. Woo, it's definitely a great recruiting tool, and it seems like Mario Cristobal getting them going. I have a good feeling about this team. Of course, I got a lot of people texting me that are Notre Dame fans too, saying, oh, man, you better watch out. You're going to see what happens when Notre Dame comes to town. And I tell them, let's just see where the chips fall on that one. Team Collier defeated Team Clark 151-131 WNBA All-Star game with Nafisa Collier. She took home the MVP, scoring 36 points. Scotty Scheffler putting the finishing touches, if not already the finishing touches at the Open. He was up by 7 strokes earlier today. Scotty Scheffler is just on a run, not just in this tournament, but in all the tournaments. So he's been absolutely fantastic. Marcus Smart has agreed to a buyout from the Wizards and is expected to sign a 2-year, $11 million contract with the Knicks. That is important because there's always been talk of Marcus Smart possibly coming in, being one of those heat culture guys, playing some defense. Apparently, Luka Doncic actively recruited him, which has a lot of people believing Luka Doncic not going anywhere, staying with the LA Lakers. Maybe not so much for the Heat. We're going to discuss that as the day goes on. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios ended a majority draw. So Barrios retains his WBC welterweight championship. I thought Manny Pacquiao looked like the best 46-year-old boxer on the planet. Good fight last night. Ends in a draw. Alexander Usyk knocked out. And I mean, he knocked out Daniel Dubois. For the 5th round, he becomes the heavyweight champion of the world, and Daniel Cormier retired from MMA after losing to Max Holloway in a unanimous decision. That was in New Orleans. Good stuff from the fighting world last night. I was actually at the bar. It's called The Bar in Coral Gables, watching the Pacquiao fight while I was drinking, dancing, listening to freestyle music. It was good times. And Tyreek Hill, he's back at it with RG3, Robert Griffin III. They continue to chirp each other. This time, RG3 lost 2 sprints to influencer. His name is Speed. Seriously, that's his name, Speed. Tyreek Hill wants to race Speed. Well, RG3 kind of made fun of him, saying you're a washed-up has-been. RG3 said Speed would definitely beat Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill kind of got in the mix. Then Shaq apparently gets in the mix and tells RG3 to shut up, talking about Angel Reese. A lot of going back and forth. That's the way the guys do it right there. I don't know why Shaq jumped in. Nonetheless, Tyreek Hill, RG3, the battle of words continues between those guys. Interesting times. You know, it's always interesting, though, when we take a step into the day spa. Let me catch my breath. Indian police found a Russian woman and her 2 daughters living in an isolated cave deep in an Indian forest. Hey, you do you. You do you. Happy endings for everyone. Got some happy endings going on for the Miami Marlins, trying to sweep the Kansas City Royals. Inter Miami, what a way to go. You get down 1-0. You kind of hate that. You're like, but we still got Messi. And sure enough, that rang true. We still got Messi. Messi comes in there, gets a brace, 2 assists. He's got a hand in 4 of the 5 goals. It was absolutely wonderful for Inter Miami. Very happy to see them. Like I said, Daniel Solana going to be joining us later in the show. That is going to be at around 3:15, giving us some insight. Battered Herons podcast. That's going to be absolutely wonderful. Miami Dolphins, like we said, training camp, quote unquote, gets started Saturday. It's a softer launch. They're going to start practicing, but it's more like a welcome back event right there for the Miami Dolphins. And like we said, we're running through everything. We've got the Miami Hurricanes. A lot of people are already talking noise between Notre Dame and Miami. Very excited about that. We're going to get you caught up with everything going on at the Open. Got to talk about the Heat, this Terry Rozier situation. I was trying to explain it to people yesterday, and I basically just said, if you don't know anything about gambling, stop me. And I explained them, and not one person yesterday was like, oh no, something was very wrong with that situation. That is an absolutely shady situation. Whether it involves Terry Rozier directly or not, when I say directly, I don't know. Terry Rozier right now, he's been cleared by the NBA. The feds now have gotten involved. There's been some new reports. It doesn't look good. It looks like somebody was on the take. I don't know who was on the take. I don't know. We're going to keep continuing to look at that and what it means for our Miami Heat. Of course, the Marcus Smart situation going to most likely sign with the Lakers. What does that mean? We'll discuss it. So what we're going to do is Vlad is here. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to get you going, talk some Miami Heat, talk about this Dolphins team that is now one of the youngest Dolphins team in the whole entire league. But does that make them better? Keep it tuned. This is Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop massive savings on a massive Chevy inventory, all backed by Morse at Edmore Sawgrass Chevrolet. Visit EdmoreSawgrassChevrolet.com. Chevy, find new roads. This hurricane season, keep it on AM 560 Sports WQAM. For hurricane coverage, as we partner with CBS Ford to bring you the latest storm information. Hurricane coverage on WQAM comes from the Paul Baines Roofing Hurricane Center, serving Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach. Whether it's a new roof repair or 24/7 emergency service.
I'm Paul. Give me a call
at 954-981-7663 or paulbainesroofing.com.
During the Employee Price Plus event at Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, lease a 2025 Ram for only $345 per month, or Jeep Wrangler for $219 per month, or Jeep Grand Cherokee for only $279 per month at Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
Every day is an amazing day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Free lunch till 3 p.m., happy hour till 6 p.m., and $100 bottle specials Sunday through Wednesday.
Back on Sports Day 560 WQA. I'm Dan Day along with my cousin Vladimir Lewisson. Going to kind of reset, get Vlad's ideas on everything. You know, I'm so stoked up on the Miami Marlins and, of course, Inter Miami. The good Inter Miami showed up last night, which has me again saying they're going to win it all. They're going to win it all. And then we had fight night last night, and I want to get Vlad's ideas. I watched the Pacquiao fight. I thought Pacquiao really represented himself very well, especially for being a 46-year-old man against a champion like Mario Barrios. But still,
Barrios should have won that fight.
Oh, you're going Barrios should have won. I thought Pacquiao was pretty darn good in the fight.
Yeah, for a 46-year-old, but
yeah, I mean, he didn't get killed like Mike Tyson got killed by Jake Paul.
Relax, please. That was a point. Come on now.
But Pacquiao was out there fighting, man.
One guy got paid and drugged up to not hit another person, and one the other guy actually fought. Listen, 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao fighting is great, but I mean, father time is father time.
Man, I'm telling you that.
And they couldn't mess up the money because his return has a lot of financial ramifications. So, you know, there's rumored for him to fight another fighter and then try to get a tank fight.
I just get nervous when they get in the ring at that age.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he's still got hands. It's just not as fast as it was before, and you're not as quick to move away from those punches. It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Alexander Usyk knocked the pill out of Daniel Dubois, man. Woo, for the heavyweight championship of the world. He got him good a couple times too. I was like, heavyweight championship of the world isn't what it used to be, but still, it's good to see those big guys go in there, just throwing hands, going at it, get it going. And then, of course, they had the MMA fight last night in New Orleans. Max Holloway defeats.
Damn, you losing your hometown. That's nasty work, bro.
I know, in a final fight, too.
I couldn't lose in Brooklyn, bro.
Unanimous decision, though, so at least you didn't get knocked out.
But
you don't want to get knocked out.
But if it's a unanimous decision, you got your ass beat. Still not
yeah.
I mean, still not good.
You just didn't have it, man.
You can't take an L in your hometown, bro.
Daniel Cormier's got to be pretty old, too. He's been fighting for like 17 years.
Daniel Cormier? What do you mean? You mean Dustin Poirier?
Poirier, whatever. I wrote Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier's definitely
one guy's black, the other guy's white.
He's been fighting forever. Both guys have been fighting forever.
Yeah. Well, at least they're both from the Louisiana area. But it was a good fight. But I mean, it was a trilogy. It was the end of their trilogy.
Yeah, it was the end. He left his gloves in the ring, so that's it.
Until he picks them up in like 12 months to fight. Come on, man. They can never retire.
Just too much money involved.
Bills is too much.
Speaking of beefs and fights, Tyreek Hill, he and RG3 going at it back and forth.
Wait, Tyreek Hill's now entered the fray with RG3?
Yeah, he and RG3 are going back and forth because this influencer Speed.
I show Speed.
He likes to race people. And Tyreek Hill actually called him out and said, I want to race you. And Speed kind of didn't want that smoke. But
really?
Yeah.
Speed always wants smoke with everybody, but he didn't want that smoke with Tyreek?
Did not happen.
Yeah, there's a difference between
So he takes down RG3 in 2 sprint races.
Who took down RG3?
Speed.
Beat RG3?
Twice. So Tyreek Hill kind of chimed in saying, you're a has-been, and Speed is on his Jake Paul tour where he's racing a bunch of has-beens and he should race me. And RG3 kind of chirped back at Tyreek Hill being like, you're definitely going to get beat by Speed if you race him. You don't want that. And Cheetah kind of went back and forth. And then Shaq got involved.
Well, Shaq's going to get involved because the whole
it was the Angel Reese situation.
The whole Angel Reese situation.
Told him to shut up.
He'll punch him in the mouth. But
he did say punch him in the mouth.
But that's the thing. I got love for Shaq, but Shaq's only talking to a guy that he knows ain't really about that life.
I mean, you probably don't want to fight Shaq.
Shaq's not. Come on, man. Shaq's just
has
Shaq's talking.
Kind of become that, man. He's not a troller, but he's kind of what would you call it? He stirs the pot more now.
He's a controversy creator.
Right. That's it. I know him and another LSU guy,
Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark got into it too.
Right. They just RG3, I think, realized that how can I say this? I think RG3 realized that in this sports environment, to be relevant and to have your name mentioned a lot, it's easy if you just say some of the things that are opposite Or
I don't know if his role that he's playing.
it is, because the fact of the matter,
do you find that smart? Would that wouldn't be the role I would like for you to play, or for it's an odd role to take.
It's because I think they're all trying to play that role, to be quite honest with you. I think they all want to be
No, I'm not talking about being a provocateur. I'm talking about the sides that he takes in
that,
some of
but
these
you got to take,
provocateur
but in order for
Right.
you got to take in the opposite side, and you have to say something. You got to say something controversial. Like there was, okay, cool, Cleveland Clark, Angel Reese. I mean, everybody's had an opinion about this, but he decided to go, he made it more personal, which is why people were upset. And look, I don't care who you marry, it shouldn't matter, but everything, what we always say, optics. And the optics is that man is married to a white woman, so it's
and his
like
ex-wife also
was a, and he was very
he's made jokes about it.
He's made jokes
on and off the air,
thinking everything's cool to people who and people just don't. And here's the other thing, people just don't like Robert Griffith. They just think he's a cornball.
Yeah.
I
thought he was okay on ESPN. No, I'm not going to get behind anything he's doing now and some of the stuff
they
he's doing
just
now.
so then right now it's his way of getting
Staying
relevant. Because what was he got let go by ESPN?
Yes, which let's be honest, every couple of years ESPN cleans house and brings in new talent and new blood. So it's not so much Ryan Clark. It's not so much RG3's fault. It's just that, but he's doing whatever he thinks is best for his career. I don't know. Some of the sides he takes, they're a little interesting to me, but we'll see how it goes. Scotty Scheffler, is it over yet? I haven't.
Nah, he's like 7-0.
No, I'm talking about it's not officially over yet.
He's got 7 strokes. They're trying to see if he's going to have the biggest.
Oh, he's only up by 4 strokes now through 11.
Wait, is it? No.
Yes, sir. 16-12. 16
17.
He was up by, it was 17-10 for a while, but now Gotterup has made a comeback.
He's up 5.
I've got 4 right now.
He's up 5, 17 under, and the second guy is 12 under. It's right there on the screen.
Oh, we have it on TV now? Oh, okay. Okay. So good job, ESPN, by updating your stuff. So we got baseball today coming up. We got the Marlins, who have been a great, I hate to say it, like we're so excited to say that they're 46-51, but at this point in the season, we never thought they're going to be 46-51, flirting with 500, an outside chance to make the wild card. It's going to be an outside chance. I'm not going to get too hyped up and crazy about it, but nonetheless, very, very exciting. The Heat are not in the NBA Summer League playoffs, which is totally fine by me. They did win the Summer League playoffs last year. Did that mean anything? Absolutely not. I saw that they got, I don't know if the Heat did, but I saw that some teams give their rookies and second year players rings if they win the Summer League. Championship rings.
Yeah, please don't tell me that.
As if there's not enough arguments about participation awards and everything like that. Like, let's not.
I mean, if you guys are giving rings for winning last year,
I didn't say we did.
No, but what
some teams do.
Some teams. I'm just saying, if you guys did last season, I think that'd be beneath you.
I would think so too. It's like hanging a banner for winning your, what do you call it? Not even division, for your whatever it is in the Southeast Division.
Yeah, like they used to put up banners for winning the division, and it got just corny after a while. It's just like, all right, cool. The Braves won 10 consecutive NL East.
Yeah, I saw the other day that the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs in football, are going for a 10th in a row AFC West championship. What championship? Division, win. Damn, they've been going, man. They have been.
I mean, I respect that because it's called the Patrick Mahomes Invitational. The Kansas City Chiefs Invitational is called the AFC playoffs. So you can show them love. I mean, I show them respect, but come on. I'm not putting a banner up for every little damn thing. A summer league title, woohoo!
You don't even put that up at the practice.
You don't even. Do they even put the NBA Cup? Do they put a banner for the NBA Cup?
I think you just put it in your. I guess you put it in your Operations Hall of Fame, because I'm guessing you have like most sports teams have these like showrooms like in the facility. Like the Miami probably has a Hall of Fame where they put up all their trophies from football and basketball and everything like that. Just if fans want to go by, it's like a small little museum. But I don't even know if you put up something in the museum or the Hall of Fame or whatever for a summer league and for divisions. Like, no, I understand the Pelicans, if they ever win anything, they'll put it up because they have nothing. They're still waiting hopefully retire Chris Paul's. No, I think this is Chris Paul's last year, isn't it? Didn't he finally admit this is his last year?
Yeah, I think he did. But Dr. Toboggan said they should be giving out ring pops instead of true rings.
I mean, they don't need to be doing all that, man.
That's true. Nah, you not. Come on, man. Who cares about the summer league, bro?
No, there's not. I mean, half the players never even make the team. So yeah,
whatever. I mean, I'll watch something to gamble on.
Oh,
It's been kind of crazy to gamble these last couple of days. Baseball is weird now because they've taken a week off. They have, well, not necessarily a week off, but they've had some time off. So some people are not really back in their rhythm. But and WNBA is off. So yeah, got to bet on summer league games.
Summer league, I see them on. They're on everywhere because there's nothing really going on them. Like I'm watching, like I'm out at bars and restaurants and walking around, and there's like, when I say meaningless baseball games to us in South Florida, it's like Detroit versus, the Cubs or something like that. I'm like, and then you got like a summer league game on. I'm like, oh, man, okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with summer league. I like summer league with the fact that the games, some of the players and everything like that. I was talking to my boy at old school, and we were talking about how college basketball, the love for college basketball is gone because people were usually looking forward to the college basketball season, seeing these players, but these players don't stay long for you to fall. I mean, I don't want to say fall in love with them, but to get to know them and get to know the colleges that long. The next time you see them after 1 year in playing college basketball, they're in the pros. So it's kind of hard. But I just remembered, man, March, when March scene came around, I'm back in high school. I'm trying to sneak into classrooms to go see this player because go see Glenn Robinson play, see, obviously, Duke, you knew Carolina, but you actually wanted to see the other big name players in from other universities. And then now you hardly get to see them because they either going straight to the league, they go to G League, or what's that thing? Ignite? Was it Ignite Hoop or True Ignite? Whatever.
They got rid of that.
They got rid of that, right?
Right.
But that's where players were going to.
That was Scoop.
LaMelo went to Australia.
Yeah, he went to overseas.
Yeah, they're finding other ways to make the league. So then, therefore, now when you go watch the summer league, what was that guy? Josh Boone from Auburn. What's that big man that was played here? Broom, right?
Johnny Broom.
Johnny Broom. I didn't see him at all during the summer league.
I didn't see him at all in summer league.
I saw your guy that from Maryland and Derek.
He was terrible. He was really bad in summer league. Then he got hurt.
And then he got hurt. Who else? And then here's the other thing. These guys don't even play the full summer league.
Well, this is the thing. By now,
you show 2 games of, oh, okay, cool. And then you're gone.
Cooper Flag played 2 games, gone. It's like, okay, like.
Then what's the point of it?
I don't know, Vlad. I mean, try to make a team, try to make a G League team. My only hope is that the NIL helps the college basketball game a little bit because some young men and women might see that it's more lucrative to go play a year or 2 at a school like Indiana or Miami or Florida than to go play overseas or to go play in the G League. So therefore, maybe stay an extra year. I would hope maybe that would be my hope, that NIL will help bolster the college basketball game, because it was fun when you were young, knowing that every year in March you were going to see Christian Laettner or Bobby Hurley try to take on, or Marcus Camby and UMass, make a run, and the Fab Five, although the Fab Five, kind of got diluted towards the end, but you always knew that there was going to be this.
I got 2 years of the Fab Five. That's all I needed.
And then Chris Webber left, and then
I still got 3 years of the Fab. I got another years of the Fab Four.
But that's what I'm saying. You got that. You would never get that nowadays. No,
like 3 years, bro. Come on now.
Nowadays, yes. So nowadays, you never know. And you would also like watch this game where they'd be like, "Ooh," and back then.
But you know what?
You didn't have all the national TV stuff. They'd be like, "You got to watch this kid out of Cal. His name's Jason Kidd. He's really good." And you're like, "Oh, I want to find out about what Jason Kidd is all about."
It's weird, right? How football will now allow their players, the college football players, they will now allow them to enter the draft unless they've done at least 3 years of college,
campus,
even if they were red shirt,
right?
But they've done 3 years.
You'd be 3 years removed from high school,
right? Don't you think some of these players, if they were able to leave after like 1 year or 2 years, some teams would want to get a 20-year-old quarterback and groom them and prepare them so that that's their quarterback for the future. And then also you get him at a young age.
I mean, guy from South Florida playing for Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith, could have come out after his freshman year and would have been the top prospect wide receiver. Can't.
Oh, Jeremiah, yes, from Ohio State, right?
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith could have been the number one receiver taken off the board in this draft, but he has to stick around now. Ohio State's paying him a ton of money, I'm sure.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I like about this NIL, because a lot of these guys would be losing money. And back in the days, if you were a top prospect, you have to get like Lloyd's of London insurance to make sure that you're good. Now, no, pay me. Pay me now. Pay me as much as you would pay. I would get if I was in the pros at this time. And I'll help you win a national title.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he did. And the good thing about Ohio State is they're very forthcoming with spending money on players. They are pretty open about it. And what happens is you realize that these guys are getting paid pretty darn well. So you don't feel bad for him. You don't feel as though he's so much trapped at Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith. He's getting paid. He's getting taken care of. He's going to probably stay at Ohio State as long as they continue to open up the wallet. And then eventually, hopefully, he stays healthy and his stock may even go up even more. And he might be number 1, number 2 in the draft whenever he is available. Because we saw what happened, of course, last year. We got our guy, Cam Ward, drafted. But then also, Colorado had the big draft pick. Crap, what is his name? It just escaped me because I
can't help you.
No, number 2 pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Good. Last year? Oh, Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. Yeah, I don't know why his name. Because I'm looking at Jeremiah Smith and stuff. Travis Hunter, number 2 overall pick. I could see Jeremiah Smith, if he continues this way, being one of those really, really high draft picks. And of course, Cam Ward, number 1. Cam Ward coming back, making a little bit of extra money here in Miami. Is on a business trip, as he said. He wasn't coming here to take in the scenes and the sights. And lo and behold, he became the number 1 pick in the draft. And got a lot of people that are going to be following the Tennessee Titans as they go, because Cam Ward, I'm guessing, Vlad, would be the starting quarterback day 1. If he stays healthy, starting quarterback day 1 for the Tennessee Titans. You would expect that.
I would expect that.
I would expect the number 1 overall pick, not to play around with him and do what they used to do. Remember when
you would not draft somebody first if you had no plans.
Remember when they used to make quarterback, or they didn't make, but they kind of had a self-imposed, like, quarterback had to learn a year or 2 before they got to start. Back in the day, man, we're going to let them sit for a year. It's like, okay, now they're like, too much money, too much. We can't let that happen anymore. We got to get these guys going, get these guys playing. Okay. So we kind of reset everything. I do want to talk about this Dolphins team. I told you yesterday an interesting stat that last year the Dolphins had the oldest roster in the NFL. They made it a point to get younger. They are now the 7th youngest roster in the NFL.
If Calais Campbell and Teron Armstead retire or is unsigned, you just lost like 73 years of age right there in your team.
I think Calais Campbell's 39. And
right.
Teron is
like 34, maybe like 35.
That, yeah. So you did get a lot younger. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They made it a point. So does it make them better? Are they better? We're going to look into that. And also,
yeah, he's 30. Okay, so Teron was 33. So 33, 39, that's 72. Then add Jono, who's probably what, 30?
He's easily, 30, 31.
And then Jalen is what, 30 as
30,
well?
Yeah.
So you let go of all your 30-year-olds.
And you still kept Tyreek Hill.
I mean, he's a different type of 30.
Yeah, I agree. But let's see how much better they got. Also, Dolphins have a little bit of money to play with. What should they do with it? We'll discuss that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. So the Dolphins have an interesting mix this year of veteran players and very young players, which now has them as the 7th youngest roster in the NFL. We talked about it just a minute ago. Calais Campbell, who's going to be 39, no longer with the team. Jonnu Smith, who's in his 30s, no longer with the team. Teron Armstead, who's about 33 years old, no longer with the team. So now you're relying on your quote-unquote veterans to be more the leaders and show the way to the young guys. The veterans, of course, Tyreek Hill. You also have the quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. We'll consider him a veteran. Bradley Chubb, one of those guys in there that is going to be a veteran presence, although he didn't play last year. Zach Sealer, we don't know the whole situation with that, but they did get a lot younger in a lot of different positions. Patrick Paul takes over, quote unquote, for Teron Armstead. You get a lot younger in that position. You basically, Jalen Ramsey for Minkah Fitzpatrick. You trade contracts and age basically for the same thing right there. You're going to rely on these quote unquote older guys to lead these younger guys against the rest of the league. A lot of the analytics say that puts you right about in the middle of the league at about 8.5 wins, which is what they have. The only hope is that this guy's overperform rather than underperform. Also, they said David Veronis of the Sun Sentinel talking about their young pieces once again being brought in after the Dolphins brought in minimal talent in 2022, 2023 draft classes outside of Devon Achane. Of course, Cam Smith, some people would say is a big question mark. Vlad, I'll tell you, I don't rely on Cam Smith to do very much. He's part of the quote-unquote youth movement. We can't hold his hand anymore, is what Chris Greer said. And Chris Greer also steered clear of saying this is a soft reset or this is a rebuild situation.
All right, well, if you break it down saying that they got younger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be a rebuild?
It's a new movement. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest with you. I think Chris Greer is kind of caught in a tough situation where he can't rebuild now because he doesn't have that much time because he could get fired. But at the same time, he doesn't want to keep going in the same direction. Some of the ones that really hurt is Robert Hunt, of course, has left the team. Christian Wilkins, we know, left the team. But Andrew Van Ginkel was the one that I think a lot of people really hurt on, especially after the year that he had last year. We could have actually paid him pretty decent amount of money. He was coming off of an injury. Brandon Jones, Javon Holland, they are also out. And once again, Calais Campbell, he is going to the Arizona Cardinals. Oh, man, we do have Chop Robinson. That is part of the youth movement. He had a good second half of last season. Kenneth Grant, we took him out of Michigan. He is going to be playing up front. And a lot of people are saying, Kenneth Grant, don't look for sacks and look for all this because he's more of a space taker upper, for lack of a better term. He's supposed to just fill space and hold the line. He's a rookie. Got a good deal. Patrick Paul, of course, and Jonah Savianaya, who we just signed to that 4-year contract, second-round pick out of Arizona, offensive line bolstered. Not a lot of experience right there at the offensive line, and you're relying on two very young guys. Vlad, once again, you have to roll the dice and hope you overperform with some of these young guys. And as we saw last year with Chop Robinson, there was a little bit of a learning curve. You can admit, at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were saying, and we were on the shows that Chop Robinson is even playing in the games because he's not making a difference. And even people said, well, that was kind of his MO. He gets close, but he doesn't get there. And even Chris Greer, didn't he say that? Like, we don't want to look at the numbers. We just want to see that he's close and getting there. It's like, okay, but then he did start to get there. So now you have to start wondering about that. But last year's team did not work so great. A lot of that was Tua not playing. But good news, Vlad, and I know it's not a lot, but you do have $1.2 million remaining in cap space for the Miami Dolphins. So what's the one thing you should do if you're Chris Greer?
Make sure that O-line is better, or get some secondary help.
I would say secondary help. I mean, right now your starters are Cater Kahoo, Storm Duck, and Cam Smith on the edges.
Storm Duck.
Okay, so Storm Duck showed some signs last year. Undrafted free agent.
While you referring all these names, did you mention Bradley Chubb?
Yeah, I did mention Bradley Chubb.
That's one name that doesn't really seem to be getting as much. I'll
tell you why.
It's. I expect a lot from him. You gave him a deal. You gave up a lot. You traded draft picks for him. You gave him his bag, and he missed all of last season.
Right.
And he could have came back, they said, but there was really no need for him to come back.
Why risk
So
it?
right. So I expect out of anybody in the defense this upcoming season in 2025, I expect a big season from Bradley Chubb. More so than Chop Robinson.
Chop Robinson. You're not probably going to hear a lot about Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips for two reasons.
Well, Phillips is coming back from another injury. So
Right.
the fact of the matter is he's coming back after sustaining two significant injuries in back-to-back years. If it's a little bit slow with him, I'm not going to be shocked. I'm not expecting any slow start for Bradley Chubb.
He's had time. He should
You've had time.
Basically, it's been a year and a half since you've done.
Right.
You did nothing in a whole year, and then you were out towards the end of the
No,
season
you
before.
were towards the end of 2023,
right.
and then you missed all of
All of last year.
24,
But once again,
and you got the bag.
you're not going to hear that much about it because, like you said, it's been a long time since we've seen Bradley Chubb do anything. And then, of course, Jalen Phillips, you don't know when he's going to be back or what capacity he's going to
So
be back.
this is why it puts too much pressure to me on Chop in his second season, because he got a taste of it last season.
And I think
he showed a lot of improvement towards the end of the year. But if you're a Dolphin fan, right, and you know that the secondary is questionable at best,
Mm-hmm.
you need those guys up front to get to the quarterback and put pressure on him. You got three guys that, like I said, if this was a video game, we could take simulation off. They'll destroy the quarterback. But
On paper, yes.
yeah, but we don't know because we don't know the status of Jalen Phillips.
And we love Jalen Phillips, but once again, is he going to be there for a while? Is he going to play well? You know, we can't rely completely on him because if it past is any indication, he's very injury prone. Got to be a little worried. Now, if you have $1.2 million in cap space, I think it should go towards getting some type of cornerback, some type of secondary help. Of course, the name that's out there in the price range would be Asante Samuel Jr., who we know it's a sticky situation for the Miami Dolphins because his dad basically his dad didn't basically, but his dad publicly stated that this is a little league franchise, basically, that Chris Greer is running. Now, Asante Samuel Jr. has said nothing. So maybe the sins of your father shouldn't be brought from the sins of the son. But
Sins of the father.
that would be the most Dolphins thing to do. Bring him in anyway, because it already seems like there's some tension and some nastiness. You know, the other one, and we're not doing this again, would be the name that's out there, Eli Apple. I am 100% against that, by the way.
Why are you against Eli
It didn't
Apple?
work when it happened here. It wasn't very good. And he's even older now. He is without a team, I think, for a reason. A $1 million deal with incentives, they said, would be good enough to get Eli Apple back to South Beach. You want to get older? How about 8-year vet Cam Sutton, who finished his contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers? He and Minka Fitzpatrick have that maybe chemistry. He's looking for another paycheck.
Eli Apple?
Nope, Cam Sutton.
Oh, Cam Sutton. Where did Cam Sutton play?
He played with the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. So he and Minka Fitzpatrick might have a little bit of a chemistry.
Okay.
These are guys that you can get for that $1.2 million. Now, once again, that is an 8-year vet, Cam Sutton. So you're not getting very much younger, but maybe on a 1-year, $1.2 million deal. And then some of the other names, I can tell you, but you're not going to get excited because, once again, these are $1 million guys. Jack Jones, Caleb Farley, certain guys that might go elsewhere, they're still available. But then again, when you're weak in the quarterback room and you have $1 million to spend, maybe it's something that you need to reach for and go out there and get a 1-year guy. Something.
And
the thing about Jack Jones and Caleb Farley, they just finished up their rookie contracts. So that's why they're, on the market. They're still somewhat young. If you've made a point to be young. And if Cam Smith would just play like a second-round pick, none of this would be a problem. But guess what?
He doesn't.
And guess probably what? This year he's not going to play like a second-round pick.
You don't think so?
Vlad, we just keep waiting and waiting and waiting. And maybe it's a Noah Igbenogany situation where he just needs a fresh start somewhere else. He's just wounded here. Vic Fangio and he didn't get along. Anthony Weaver didn't really play him a lot. And we know Anthony Weaver is kind of a player's coach guy. And he even stood up for him. So he just needs to mature more and stay healthy. And it still never played him. Secondary, I'll tell you what, the secondary is scary if you don't. Kader Kahu is a nickel. He's best at nickelback, is your leading edge guy. Storm Duck, who played kind of half a season last year, undrafted free agent. Cam Smith, who, like I said, I don't have a lot of faith that he is going to make a jump this year. Those are your guys. And like I said, the obvious choice is you could probably get Asante Samuel Jr. for $1.2 million, but is that going to be another situation? I mean, I bring him up again like an Odell Beckham Jr., where he kind of shows up to camp, isn't ready, kind of just, his dad has already called the organization a clown show. And,
but I mean, okay, we know Senior is very outspoken.
And he's kind of like RG3. He's got his podcast. He's trying to make it happen.
I don't know if he's like RG3. I just think he's very high. He has a high belief in himself and his son. I don't have a problem with that. Listen, if I was him, if I was Senior, I would be saying that too. I would love for my son to play in his hometown,
right?
Where I could see him play every home game. You would love that. And you see the situation.
Is that the way to do it? To go in there and publicly?
Okay, well, it may not be the way to do it there. It might not be that. But, I mean, if you see something, it's like, wait a minute, what are we BSing about? Like, you need a cornerback. He's available.
And probably
he's right down the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the more you think about it,
I know.
It may not, sometimes you may not like the messenger, but it's not about the messenger. It's about the message. And the message is, you Miami Dolphins need cornerback help. I have a son who plays in the NFL. He's currently a free agent, and he's a good cornerback and can help you. And you don't even have to fly him for a meeting.
I'm not even playing.
You could drive. He'll literally drive 25 minutes to your location, and you can have a deal done.
Vlad, literally, the second you sign Asante Samuel Jr., he would become your best cornerback.
But that's all right, though. But you're not.
No, I'm saying that's good.
But that's good. But at least you know, if you're a Dolphin fan, you know who Asante Samuel Jr. is. You've seen him play at Florida State. You saw him play with the Chargers. You know that he can make plays. Didn't he have 3 interceptions in that wild card game against the Jacksonville Jaguars that they somehow choked and lost
away? Yeah.
But he can make plays. It's kind of we're getting into the nitty gritty time where camp is about to begin.
I mean,
because here's the thing,
but
you want Tyreek and Waddle to get their confidence back. When they go against the secondary that they got to face in practice, dude, I would think I could score 2,000. I'll get 2,000 receiving yards if I'm done, because you don't got to worry about 5 no more. 5 is not there.
Right.
Yes, Minka's there. He's great at safety to help, but he can't cover the whole field.
No.
Minka's good. He ain't Ed Reed now.
Can only do so much.
He's very good, but he's not Ed Reed.
Only do so much.
You can only do so much.
I'm telling you, man. Asante Samuel, I would say, if you can get him for 1.2, let bygones be bygones. You know, your dad says what he says. He's outspoken. We need your help. You need somewhere to play. Let's make this happen. I am not stoked up about Eli Apple. I saw Eli Apple that 1 year here in South Florida, and that was younger.
It's 25. Nah, stop playing, bro.
Eli Apple's not 25.
No, Asante Samuel's only 25.
No, it fits everything you want. Young, talented,
vet,
a position you need.
But okay, so this is the knock on him. Knocked for his poor tackling and the inability to play press coverage. Samuel's a playmaker who steadily improved in his Chargers tenure. He'll be a big asset.
What does this
big asset
need?
in the right system?
A defense that had problems getting sacks and turnovers last year. What does it need? It needs a home run hitter. You
need a playmaker. So you get those guys are getting a rush. If Jalen, Bradley, Chop, Sealer, like these guys are getting KG. If he gets, Grant, if they're putting pressure on the quarterback and the quarterback throws the ball and it's a little wobbly or whatever,
you have a ball hawk.
You have a ball hawk who can get you an interception and give your offense short field position. And with that, if that offense is clicking on all the right cylinders, giving them a short field is dangerous.
And a guy like that, Asante Samuel Jr., that can help you out. He can also relieve some pressure on guys like Cam Smith, Storm Duck, and Cater Kahu. Now, we all remember Cater Kahu in that Bills game where Stephon Diggs just worked him, man. Just worked him. Cater Kahu can make some plays, but and this is the thing they say, the knock on Asante Samuel was his press coverage. Look, man, all these guys, they're not perfect. They're not putting anybody on an island. This is the NFL, man. These guys are going to get beat sometimes. Man, That's just as we talk about it. Like, I'm not excited about an Eli Apple move. I'm not excited about Cam Sutton coming.
I don't
over
want
from
Eli
Pittsburgh
Apple
Steelers.
again.
No, he was terrible when he was here. Not terrible. No, wasn't good. Jack Jones, Caleb Farley. Those names don't do anything for me.
Wait. That's Caleb Farley. Damn, he's still available.
Yeah. Coming over, Asante Samuel Jr. fits. And
you don't want Stephon Gilmore. He's too old.
Yeah, that's the thing. Asante Samuel Jr., 25, fits.
Rasul Douglas is 31.
Rasul Douglas is still up there?
Yeah, he's still up there. Mike Hilton, 31.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty, like I said, how sticky is it? His dad said some things. Who cares?
Nah, but his dad knows the business. So what he doesn't want is his son to probably get caught up in the business end of the game. Because at 25, he should still be playing.
Yes, absolutely.
And he's a free agent.
He hasn't been signed yet. Maybe he's holding out. I don't know.
No, I don't think he's holding out. He's a free agent. So if you're a free agent,
you know what I mean? Like he's holding out, signing a contract.
What with a contract, you kind of know what everybody's
financial
situation is, right? So they know what they're gonna offer you, and you want to play. So I don't know if it's a situation where maybe now his agent wasn't able to negotiate a deal, so now you just stay in shape and wait for a major injury to happen to somebody, and then you got them by the Wilsons.
Only other they're talking about Jack Jones, possibly formerly of the Raiders.
Yeah,
27 years old.
And I think the if you really look at it, their secondary was just their safety position was bad until they got Minka. So they would have had to gone, and going by what you were stating earlier, that they wanted to get younger. All these free agents are 30, 31, 32. That's out there. It doesn't, if that's the new mindset of the Miami Dolphins, it doesn't fit into that new mindset.
It does not fit.
Their mind frame, because the younger you are, the better.
It doesn't fit the youth movement that this team wants to do. So, yep, you got $1.2 million. What are you going to do? You're going to go out there and maybe help the secondary. Maybe that's not the point. Maybe you get some more offensive line help. Maybe you fortify the trenches. I don't know what to say. Your best bet is if you can get Asante Samuel Jr. That would be my only bet. And then hope, once again, I hate this. And you say it all the time. You hope that your young guys overperform.
You hope that.
And you also have to hope that they start overperforming early, and there's not that much of a learning curve, which we know in the NFL on the line, especially, it takes a little while sometimes. And we don't have we've gone through the record before, the schedule before, Vlad. We don't have time to get off to a slow start.
Yo, out the gate, fam, I'm telling you this right now. If he's 1-3 or 0-4, and that's one of these losses is a nasty loss to my Jets on Monday Night Football
on national TV, yeah. Anthony Weaver gets that call. Hey,
put it this way: you could be Indy, right? Cool. You lose three in a row. You lose 3 in a row to your division. You lose week 2 to New England. You lose to Buffalo week 3, and then you play the Jets on Monday night.
You think they would be that quick to give them the hook? You think they would be that quick to fire?
Fam, you're 0-3 in your division
with not a lot of hope. Yeah, and you've lost to some bad teams.
And then you
lost to some good teams.
You lost 3, and then you got to face some good teams. You haven't faced Baltimore yet. You haven't faced Cincinnati yet. You haven't faced Pittsburgh
yet. Yeah.
Okay. You haven't faced the Commanders in Madrid yet.
That's true. Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah, but Stephen Ross isn't that quick with the hook. But is it maybe the public?
Maybe you can need to be quick to your hook.
I mean, you do have Anthony Weaver, and that's the in case of emergency break glass. It's a chance to give him a lot of time to prove himself as possibly your next coach. And like we said, usually in the NFL, when you fire one coach and regime, you want to kind of go in almost a 180 direction. So he would be defense as opposed to offense. He's still a player's coach, but maybe a little more quote unquote discipline, old school discipline than Mike McDaniel. And, they just might be tired of it. And, fans might start not showing up to games. And of course, season tickets are already sold, but yeah, you can't, let's just put it this way. You don't have room to start slow. And you're looking like you're expecting some of these young guys to hit the ground running and the learning curve to be very, very short and then to start playing like veterans right away.
Eddie's in a messed up situation because You can't start slow. And even if you start fast, you've started fast many times before, and then the ending never works out right. Right. So then, he's on the foreman, baby. It's sizzling. But we might burn him. He's small. He's a small wing.
Pro Football Talk. Mike Florio has said Mike McDaniel on the hottest of hot seats in the NFL.
We were saying that before. We put him on the foreman.
I mean, I thought he was on the foreman last year.
I thought so, but then he got the extension, so we were like, "Oh, that's nasty work."
We were sitting there talking about how this season has gone bad. Mike McDaniel might be done. Then they give him the game ball after the San Francisco 49ers game. That removed pretty much all doubt.
That's when we knew it was like, "Oh, man,
he's back." They're both.
And then what? Not even. The gun didn't even get fired off before the game was over. That Stephen Ross came out with a message to the media saying that both Mike McDaniel and general manager Chris Greer will return next season.
Within 45 minutes of the final game.
When we sat down, we said, okay, cool. And listen, I figured out midway through the season last year, there was a season for them to mess up. It was last season.
This year, there's no room for
There is absolute no room for error in this 2025
Everybody's
season.
paid. Everybody's happy. You have your new vision. You've had to show yourself. This is the year. These are the years that the contracts have kicked in. You better show. You better show. And Mike McDaniel can't be saying like, I'm getting my system in. This is year number 4.
That's why it was crazy. That's why
has a defensive coordinator coming back, by the way, for the first time in his 4 years.
Yeah, but that defensive coordinator might be the future interim head coach.
Hey,
he's going to be a head coach sooner or later.
He most likely will. Yes.
That is the trajectory that he's heading right now. He's moving up in
look what
in rank and file with a lot of these teams right now. They look at him as the next young coach, and especially if you see the success in Houston with D'Amico Ryan, they want something like that.
Yeah, if he has another top 10 defense this year. With what he has,
if you have a top 10 defense with nobody,
he did last year. If he does it again, then he's gone. He's gone somewhere doing something else. Whether he's a head coach or a defensive coordinator somewhere else where they want to pay him a ton of money, we'll see, man.
But you know what? Low key, I would give McDaniel credit because it's always good when they're picking coaches from your organization. Now, Fangs didn't want to hang out with the young people. He was like, "Forget you YNs. Like all you guys got to go." He didn't want to mess with you youngins. So he was like, let me go to Philly. Let me go back home. But Weaver, I got a lot of respect for, man. I like what he did last season in his first year with the Dolphins, but let's see what happens this year.
Get Mike McDaniel. He's got good defensive coordinators. He's picked good defensive coordinators. Vic Fangio? Can't argue that.
Did he pick him?
Well, he's in on it, man. Look, when you're in on the bad ones, you're in on
By
the
the way,
ones.
Fangs, you could say everything about the old, but when the old usually are right at the end. They've experienced, they've lived long enough, so they're usually right. They might be curmudgeons and don't know how to, relay it very well, but you'll get the message, and when you get the message, they're usually right.
Yeah,
Fangs was right.
Oh yeah.
Fangs was right, bro.
All right, well, August 10th, I'm circling the first preseason game on the calendar.
Chi-Town?
It is going to be in Chicago. We're going to have those joint practices, and I know you love joint practices.
I do.
It really is. It's a good time to shine and see how everything goes. So
I want to hear the conversation between Tua and
Caleb Williams.
Painted Nails, Caleb Williams.
I don't even think they would talk to each other.
I don't know. Tua's good. I think Tua will see the paint. I was like, it's a little different, man.
I mean, Dwayne Wade paints his nails. I paint my nails, so it's a different world now, Vlad.
I don't know, man.
Different world. 305-567-0560, the number to text in. Also, you can jump on the YouTube and Twitch. We'll get to the joint practice. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know, right? Now somebody just put it down and I just read it. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, now I see. Okay. Because basically after the practice, both teams will be probably hitting some joints.
That would be probably so because it is legal now in the NFL. It's not tested for. What a time. All right, going to get to your texts and tweets next. 560 WQAM. Good night of fights last night. I took in the Manny Pacquiao fight at the bar in Coral Gables. It's bouncing, man. Talk about that in a little while. Got some people jumping in on the YouTube and Twitch, 560 WQAM. There are a lot of these people are excited about joint practices that are coming up. So joint practice is a hot topic, of course, in the world, in the sports world, and everywhere else in the world. Really cool. The NFL Players Association, they basically, now, there's more politics to it than that, but for the basic part, they accepted the extra regular season game in order for the league to stop testing for THC and marijuana, which, hey, you got to trade off. Life's full of trade-offs. You know what? I'll tell you this, and I know it's kind of a political topic, Vlad, and I don't want to get into it too much, but I would much rather players that have aches and pains use that than some of the other substances that players in the past have used to dull or help the pain. So,
like, you mean antler spray?
we have issues in this country with certain medicines, and you know what? If the players feel as though it's safer for them to use THC and marijuana and be less likely of addiction, then I'm totally for that. And you know what? I think I applaud the NFL for realizing that. And although they didn't just give, they took a little bit, but nonetheless, we're going to come to a day. I'm guessing, Vlad, we're going to come to a day where we have 2 preseason games. And
oh, yeah, it's happening soon.
I mean, even Roger Goodell doesn't even hide it. He's like, yeah, it's in discussion. We're going to see what's happening in the next couple of years. So we're going to get that going. So, why not? I mean, these preseason games, I actually like.
Dude, we got 84 games in the NHL. They added 2 more games. And the NBA wants to do that. And NBA wants to add a European division. Like, it's getting ridiculous now.
The NBA also wants, at one point, Adam Silver was talking about making it more like the European game where it's not 12-minute quarters, it's 10-minute quarters, kind of what they're doing in Summer League. I don't see that happening, though, because that messes with a lot of the
game. Is sometimes, oh my God,
we overthink.
Man, who cares about these kids?
But of course, Vlad, remember we made fun of baseball and we kind of were kicking and screaming. And now we look at baseball and go, man, I'm so glad what they've done, man.
I am from the old school. I'm a fan of the old school. I like that's the way I grew up watching the game. It's the way I want to continue watching the game. So there are just certain rules that, it's like, you know what I mean? Come on, like, I don't still like the second guy on second base in the extra innings. I get it. You want the game to move quicker. The only thing I was upset about was the time. But no, the time is great. Like, I like the
new rules. I like them all. The guy on second, I think they could amend that. Why not amend it and go back to just regular baseball?
Yeah, like, you don't do that in the postseason, so why do it in the regular season?
What I'm saying. So you're basically saying we just want to get games over with, but when it counts big time, we're not going to do that.
Right. So it's like, what are we doing here? But the 15 seconds, that I was totally wrong about that.
The pitch clock is cool, man.
The pitch clock is absolutely the best thing that happened in baseball, because now you can go to a 9-inning game and it could be over in less than 2 hours.
And I'll say this, a lot of the new rules, if you're at home, like on a day like today, and you're watching the game casually while you're doing laundry or, drinking a beer or something like that, well, if it goes on for 3.5 hours, 4 hours, you're okay. But if you're at the game, man, that's like, you're really hoping for a 2.5 hour game to get in and get out, because you put all that extra effort getting there, parking, getting out, getting to your seats, getting out, going back to your car, getting out of traffic, getting home. It could be a long day. So I do like the way baseball has finally caught on to some of the more newer thinking, but there is a day coming. We already know there's a day in hockey where there's going to be 84 games so they can play more of their division rivals. And then we know that eventually NFL football will be an 18-game schedule and 2 preseason games, where nowadays really joint practice. I like the preseason because you get to see a lot of the young guys and a lot of the maturing guys, not so much the old guys, but I think it's fun. But then again, I watch NFL preseason differently than most people do. Most people watch it just for entertainment. I watch it with like notepad and pen, and I'm taking notes and
notepad and pen.
Dude, I was giving the biggest in-depth Channing Tindall game 3 of the preseason this year on 560 WQAM late at night, and I was into it, man. And then I started realizing, I was like, I am giving in-depth talks about Channing Tindall, who is probably barely going to make the special teams on this thing, and
pretty much,
and that's basically what happened. But he looked great in game 3 of the preseason last season. So
Well, everybody, like, that's the thing. Preseason's so boring because we all know all we want to see is the real guys, the actual starters, the professional, the
but
ones.
doesn't that make week 1 so much cooler? Because finally it's like,
well, yeah,
we've been teased, and now it's just
it's like being engaged, and now you finally walk down the aisles, and now you can consummate this marriage. So that's what it is. But yeah,
interesting way to put it. I like it.
I mean, it is.
305-567-0560 is the number to call and text in. Let's get to some quick headlines real quick. 46-51 Marlins defeated the Royals again yesterday, 3-1. If you're saying the Royals suck, the Royals are right around 500 too. So
yeah, but you expect more from the Royals this year. They went to the playoffs last season, so Detroit just ran away with that AL Central. But what I like is that the Marlins have continued this momentum that they had prior to the All-Star break. For certain teams, if you were winning, like the Boston was on a 10-game winning streak, and then the All-Star break slowed them down.
Same thing. Kyle Stowers has stayed hot.
Kyle Stowers stayed healthy. The only teams that really seem to the All-Star game has the All-Star break didn't bother has been the Marlins and the Brewers.
Right. Yeah. Two good teams.
But now they're 46-51. Folks, you do know that by the end of next week, they could be a 500 team.
Wow. They go for the sweep today.
You sweep Kansas City, San Diego's going to be tough. So if you could win 2 out of 3 against San Diego and then go on the road trip, there's a chance by the next time we talk next Sunday. If we talk next Sunday, it could be 500 or better.
Sunday. Jansen Junk on the mound today too for the Fish.
Oh, that's your guy.
And we know, man. We know Jansen Junk.
He likes to throw his junk around.
His junk's been good.
Hey, yo.
Yes. Inter Miami were good last night. They were down 1-0 in the 14th minute, Vlad. Then you blink, and next thing you know, you won 5-1.
Who they play?
They played the New York Red Bulls.
How the Red Bulls go?
Not so much.
Okay.
They're hovering in the last playoff spot. Messi and Talasco Segovia both had a brace. Messi also had 2 assists.
So was that 6 braces in his last 7 games?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep, 6 of the last 7. But then you have this coming Saturday, FC Cincinnati comes to town at 7:15, and we know FC Cincinnati on Wednesday blanked us 3-0. So maybe hopefully a little bit of payback.
So is this a revenge game?
I hope so, man. We've had some problems against FC Cincinnati in MLS play. Now, we got them a couple years back in the Leagues Cup, but so we're going to have Daniel Solana on at around 3:15 to kind of break down last night, get us going forward. We also have a couple decisions to make, Vlad. Do you want to go see FC Cincinnati Saturday, 7:15, or would you like to wait till Leagues Cup comes and watch Inter Miami take on a Liga MX from Mexico team? Also, keep this in mind. Tickets for Leagues Cup will probably be a little bit cheaper than FC Cincinnati. We'll discuss.
Yo, why we even have to pay? The amount of love we show Inter Miami, bless us.
Yeah,
that's right. I'm calling them out.
We
just bless us.
We need a family 4-pack. That's all we need.
Nobody gives them a segment down here other than us. Maybe for the exception of Solana and the Honking Crowder, but that's like a quick mention. We give you guys 30 minutes, sometimes an hour.
I know.
We bring in, the great Daniel Solana in, who will be in later on, and to talk with some Inter Miami. We break it down for you guys, let you know who Inter Miami is interested in bringing in.
Actually, we could probably for Leagues Cup get some access.
We should.
So Saturday, August 2nd, 7:00, Necaxa. I know it's weird, man. Pumas is coming, but that's going to be on a Wednesday. I can't do that Saturday. I'd like to, just whoop up on a Liga MX team.
When is this? August 2nd, you said?
Yeah, so next 2 Saturdays, they're playing at home.
What am I doing next?
They've got a string of home games because they've got FC Cincinnati. That is going to be Saturday. Then they've got a Wednesday game against Atlas from Liga MX. Then they got Necaxa. And then they got Pumas. So it's a string. We'll discuss. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure something.
So we've got the next 2 Saturdays. Let's see how much those FC Cincinnati tickets are, or what type of access we can get, and then we'll kind of take it from there.
I haven't been to Chase Stadium in a minute, man.
It's been a couple of years for me.
Yeah, I worked there.
Good times, man. You
go. Yeah, the early days of Inter Miami trying to get them on radio.
I was there, man, cheering on.
I was there cheering on
Leo Campana.
And
Gonzalo Higuain.
Higuain was the man. Yeah.
God, that guy was on a vacation, bro.
Hey, man. Enjoy it.
He was as aggravating of a player for Inter Miami as there ever was. Just walking around, looking at everyone, putting his hands in the air, mad at his teammates.
Because they're bums. At least in his mind.
What about Matuidi? We had Matuidi on the team. He barely played.
Mm.
Remember our first star, Rodolfo Pizarro?
No.
I really thought, man, Rodolfo Pizarro's our guy.
See, and then look at all the love we're showing you.
Yeah, I mean, who's mentioning Rodolfo Pizarro in Mexico right now, much less in the United States? I remember he was supposed to be our star, didn't play very well. He got to the Mexican national team and didn't see the field. That's when I was like, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. He can't even see the field for the Mexican national team in like the Gold Cup or something. I was like, okay. Well, we got Daniel Solana coming up. Dolphins do begin training camp Saturday at 9 a.m. at the Baptist Health Practice Facility. It's going to be like orientation day on Saturday.
What, they're gonna take pictures? They're gonna get their
it's called back from summer or something like that.
They're gonna get their training camp syllabus.
It's something like that, yeah.
The training camp core curriculum.
Yeah, it's basically like the first day of college, you know, our first day of the semester. Professor walks in. All right, guys.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
if
if I see my professor looks like me, Daniel, I'm definitely I'm acting fool. I'm acting.
Oh man, I went to all types of quirky schools with professors like Mike McDaniel, man. Yeah. Take some astronomy classes, but there was nothing worse than walking in the first day of college or first day of the semester and the professor like, I'm not one of those teachers that just hands out the syllabus and walks out. We're taking notes today. You would have no pen, no books. They'd be like, wait, dude, no.
So Saturday's orientation. So first practice is next Sunday.
No, I would think Monday they're going to be right back at it.
Why wouldn't they start Sunday?
Oh, Sunday. Yeah. Okay. So Sunday something, and then they're going to have some stuff on Monday. But yeah.
No, I mean, I figure Monday. They definitely.
I would expect them Saturday. They say, gates open at 9 and all this stuff. But
So that's what I'm saying. Like, is this an open practice where fans can watch them play, or is it just like, hey, it's the beginning of the Dolphin season training camp?
I want to say it's back from summer.
Players can, sign fans can get autographs signed. You know what I'm saying?
Look. I got the key dates for you, man.
What's the key date?
I can tell you right now. Coming up is, I don't need the head. I don't need the lineup. I just need the dates. Whoever, I don't want to call this guy out further.
Yeah, I'll give you this, man. Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie's been selling that Nugenex for the longest, man.
That's true.
They've been selling that for the longest.
So rookies have reported. The veterans are going to report on Tuesday. But,
so if they're reporting Tuesday, then that means practice is already beginning Wednesday and Thursday. So that means Saturday is for the fans. You know what that Saturday is? I know what Saturday is. You know how they do this thing all across the NFL, all across the camps?
It's back together weekend.
Yeah, it's a NFL, ESPN, NFL Network thing where it's like an introduction for all the NFL fans for the upcoming 2025 season. Yeah, it's nothing, bro.
So back together weekend, Saturday, July 26th. Parking activations 7:30, facility gates 8:30, practice from 9 to 11.
Yeah, that's what it is. And then the players go talk to the fans and sign autographs and the whole nine.
So the veterans are reporting Tuesday.
Yeah, they practicing already.
So they're going. Okay, so we're going.
Yeah.
This is just for the fans.
It's an orientation, but it's a fan orientation for them to get a look at their current new 2025 Miami Dolphin roster.
Oh, and just a note, Vlad, August 21st is Jacksonville Joint Practice Day. We've been talking about joint practice all day, so
I'll definitely have a joint at that practice.
Really? At the facility? Okay, it's your call, man.
My car?
Do they let you?
Huh?
Do they let you bring in? I mean, I guess they don't know what you bring in. Athlon Sports lists Miami as well. I'm talking about like if you can't
bring it. What look like, homie? I do know. I do wonder sometimes they smell my butt back.
They used to give me all types of hell going into those games, man.
But the dogs don't bark, so I'm good.
Oh, they have dogs?
They always have dogs.
Oh, I didn't notice.
But dogs are looking for bombs and crap like that.
Yeah, they're looking for dangerous stuff.
I kid people. It's not like we bringing anything.
No,
just jokes.
I mean, last thing I need during a professional sporting event is to be distracted. I need to focus on the game in a working facility. I'm talking if I'm out there just partying for fun, then that's different. But
however, back in the days when they were in Davie, woo,
Athlon Sports listed Miami as one of the top 10 teams to improve themselves in the offseason through the transfer portal and through recruiting. Site notes defense, get the guys like Xavier Lucas from Wisconsin. Offense, they got, of course, Carson Beck. They say the Dolphins and the Heat should be a team to be reckoned. The Hurricanes. What team can I not mention? Hurricanes should be a team to be reckoned with this year. Of course, it all starts August 31st. That is going to be at Hard Rock Stadium, 7:30 against Notre Dame. You can hear it right here on 560 WQAM. WNBA All-Star game last night. Team Collier defeated Team Clark 151-131. There's a little bit of controversy last night. We're going to get into that later in the hour, kind of talk about it, break it down. WNBA never afraid to have their voices heard. Scotty Scheffler is up by 5 strokes over there at the Open in jolly old UK. Looks like he's going to end up walking away from everybody as the day comes around.
What old is he in? 16?
What is what?
He's in the 6. I mean, he's played 16 already. He's in the 17th hole right now.
He's finished.
It's about
17 under, by the way.
Huh?
It's pretty darn good, especially for the Open. Goodness gracious, he is balling. Marcus Smart has agreed to a buyout from the Wizards and is expected to sign a 2-year, $11 million contract with the Knicks.
No. Knicks?
No, why did I put the Knicks, man? It is the
Lakers. Whoa.
I was thinking about your favorite teams, and you love the Knicks and the Lakers.
I love the Knicks. I don't love the Lakers.
Oh, I thought you loved the Lakers. You go to all the games when they're in town.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Why do you do that?
Because
you love LeBron James?
I like to see Bron. I like to, I always want to see greatness. And I covered that team when I was in LA.
That's what I was saying. I always thought the familiarity with
it's just familiar.
It was one of those things. Ooh, a lot to talk about with this Marcus Smart situation, too, because it has some deeper roots. I'm sorry?
It has some heat.
Not as much. In an odd way, everything has something to do with the heat.
I mean, we are working locally, so there would have to be some type of connection.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the next segment. There is definitely some type of connection, whether it be just us missing out and also some other, other ramifications indirectly, maybe not so much directly to the Heat, directly and indirectly. So we'll kind of discuss that as it gets going throughout. Marcus Smart, though, a player that always seemed like he had Heat culture written all over him, but not going to be playing for the Heat. Seems like, at least not anytime soon, because he's got that 2-year deal over there, most likely a 2-year deal in Los Angeles. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios ended in a majority draw. That means Barrios retains his WBC welterweight championship. Heavyweight championship, Alexander Usyk knocked out Daniel Dubois in the 5th round. He becomes the heavyweight champion of the world. And we had Dustin Poirier retire from MMA after losing to Max Holloway by unanimous decision. Did you watch the MMA fight?
No, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I was out at the backyard.
They didn't have TVs?
I wasn't looking at that.
Okay.
I had other things occupying my mind.
I understand. With that being said, let's get occupied with a little bit of the day spa. A woman recently had a dramatic makeover that is so astonishing, people now think she is AI generated, but she insists she is not.
Right, she's that perfect?
She looks really.
Have you seen her?
Yeah, she looks really good. My thing is this: whether it is or not AI, there's probably some guy in the world that's willing to date her.
You have a picture?
It's somewhere. It was earlier this week when I got this story.
I think you might have sent me that link.
No, I sent you another link. We'll probably get into that. The other link I sent you, man. Yeah, that's next hour. So just you got an hour to take a look at that link that I sent you. It is an interesting story. All right. So the Miami Heat have made some moves this offseason. Marcus Smart not going to be coming. Are they done? Are they not done? What could be happening? We're going to discuss that next here on 560 WQAM.
sure to go back and listen to any part of any shows you might have missed.
That trade cost Kevin Love. Shout out K Love.
Hey, by the way,
you know what I'm saying?
one of the most
and
one,
Kyle,
of the, one of the most gangster tweets ever. I don't think I'd be a math equation. Yeah, Kevin Love great. I think.
Yeah, K Love is crazy with them tweets. Shout out K Love and Slow Mo.
Yeah.
Real OGs, man.
Yeah.
It was great to have those guys in the locker room around those young guys and what they brought to the locker room. So shout out those guys.
Typically, like anything else, Kevin Love, if you were 28, I'd said they got killed in the trade. But you're not 28 anymore. So typically, like Coach Riley did, he won that trade massively.
That's the OGs right there. Mike Miller and Udonis Haslem. Mike Miller doesn't believe that the Norman Powell addition is enough to get the Heat to a championship level.
No, it's not.
Udonis Haslem doesn't agree so much. But then again,
I mean, come on. UD's not going to say anything negative about the Heat, so let's keep it.
Well, he's kind of working. He's kind of working with them.
Well, he's not going to. Right. So if you bring in a player, you trade for a player, you're not going to say that player doesn't, give you a chance to win a title. That's always been the mindset of the Miami Heat. It makes your roster better. It improves your roster, but you're not better. I still don't think you're at the level where the Knicks or the Cavs and. That's pretty much
we can get into that, but they also another nugget in there is that Pat Riley's not done. You're never done as a general manager of a basketball team, hopefully.
That's an agent. Mike Miller's talking as an agent, so unless he knows something, maybe Pat's been talking to some of the players that he represents. You could say that you don't know what's going to happen, and the season doesn't begin until October, and a lot of trades happen towards some of the big trades that happened last year before the season. I saw it happen 3 days before training camp for the NBA.
I just don't know exactly who's all out there.
The only person that's out there that can change matters is Giannis.
And I don't think he's going anywhere.
And I've said this, I don't think he's going anywhere unless he makes a big stink about it. But if you look at the East is you can win the East. You don't want to leave the East. You want to stay in the East.
And I'll go through the lineup that I think is good enough to possibly get to an Eastern Conference Finals, and I'll explain that.
No, we did this last weekend. No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Nonetheless, Marcus Smart seems like, okay, well, he's going to get bought out by the Wizards, and he's going to go sign a 2-year, $11 million contract with the LA Lakers. Apparently, Luka Doncic recruited Marcus Smart, who at one point was the Defensive Player of the Year, and they definitely need some.
And they played with each other in Dallas. Go ahead.
So they definitely have some things connected there.
Well, yeah, because the Lakers try to do some Lakey moves with Dorian Finney-Smith, and it backfired on them. They try to put out word. They wanted to resign him because that's Luka's guy, and they wanted to resign him, but they didn't want other teams to sign him. So they kind of put like I don't want to say rumor, but they were like, yeah, he's more banged up than he really is, so you really shouldn't sign him. And somebody wasn't falling for it, and they signed Dorian Finney-Smith. So they definitely needed somebody who could defend, because you got 3 guys who can't defend. One guy can't defend anymore because he's old. The other guy, maybe he can defend because he started to lose weight, and the other guy, he was just born that way. Austin Reeves, he just can't move.
He just can't do it that way. But then a couple of ramifications on that. Of course, I always kind of felt as though Marcus Smart was kind of a Heat culture guy. It seemed like if he got into this organization, he would he plays hard. He's disliked by a lot of people. I understand that he's disliked by a lot of people, but nonetheless, he's always one of those guys that's kind of been on the horizon for the Heat. You're not going to get him, at least not now. Could bolster your defense, could be a spark plug, could be doing this. But here's the other thing that a lot of people are worried about, because Luka Doncic is now actively recruiting players to come play for the Lakers, means that most likely Luka Doncic doesn't want to go anywhere else. And there was always that hope in the back of Heat Nation's mind was that whenever next year the contract would be up, that we'd find a way to get him over here to the Miami Heat. Now it looks like Luka is planting roots with the LA Lakers and not going to go anywhere.
He got traded. I don't know.
You know what I mean?
People are dumb, bro. Like, he got traded to LA. Who's leaving LA, bro?
That's the other thing. Like, it's the organization that
who's leaving LA? Who's leaving?
Crown jewel
the crown jewel of the NBA. They made a trade for you, and they let you know, look, we want you to be our face of the franchise for the next 10 to 15 years.
There was that hope that he doesn't have as much of a connection to the Lakers. He's just there finishing out his contract. Then he's going to go where he wants to, and maybe he wants to be here in Miami.
He said, yo, come on, man. Come on. The beach every day. Come on, man. Like, that's how Luka is. The Luka's like, as much if he was upset, the fact that he can walk outside his home and there's a beach, and beautiful weather.
Same argument could be made for Miami. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but there's a difference.
I understand what you're saying.
There's a difference.
But now it's really, it's not putting an end to it, but it's definitely quieting some of the whispers.
I don't believe Luka was going to go anywhere.
I don't think the Lakers are going to make a mistake and let him go.
So what are we thinking? I know it happened before, but it's been years. People need to stop thinking that once a superstar wants to be out, like Miami's automatically going to be in it. I know their name's always thrown in there, but those days that it's actually going to happen is over.
I don't see how LeBron, and of course the whispers that LeBron might be leaving the Lakers and Luka might be leaving the Lakers. I don't think either of that's going to happen.
Unless LeBron forces him out, I don't see the Lakers losing $3 billion that they will get on his retirement tour.
Yeah, it's just, and they do seem to be happy there. And like I said, all signs point to those guys being there. And like I said, Luka now recruiting Marcus Smart doesn't seem like it's a major thing. I think it's just showing that his commitment. He's committed there.
Let me tell you this right now. The NBA is happy that their two biggest markets have teams that they can always constantly talk about on a slow day. On a slow day, you can talk. If you want to talk NBA, just mention what's going on with the Lakers or what's going on with the Knicks. And that's it. So they really have nothing right now. It's similar to the NFL. You know, right after the draft, that from the draft to training camp, it is some of the deadest, most, I'm talking about reach files that they're looking for news stories. They're reaching. You have it, and then you could tell the ones that is just clickbait, like the ones that just, and then when you read it or you listen to it, it's like, you're not even talking about that. You just put that on the title because you know that people would click on it. And when it's the off season, we're in clickbait time. And that's it right now.
So when I tell you that,
go ahead. I'm all for the clickbait. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna tell you how the Heat are gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals with the lineup that they have, but
clickbait.
I mean, it really is. I mean, Norman Powell, Davion Mitchell, wherever you want to play them, one of them coming off the bench, one of them starting, whatever. Of course, you got Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Khalil Ware, Andrew Wiggins, Nikola Jovic, Haywood Highsmith for defense, Jaime Jaquez Jr. making a comeback this year, Pella Larson stepping up this year, Kasper Siakam-Jonas. He might play good for Sioux Falls. I don't know. I didn't see a lot from him in Summer League. I'm not.
Hey, like I said, it's the off season, so hope is.
So you
bliss.
like Simone Fontecchio?
Who?
Simone Fontecchio.
I like Simone Biles.
Simone Fontecchio is taking over for Duncan Robinson, or he was traded for Duncan Robinson. Vladislav Golden.
There's only one Vlad in this building,
and now you got one sharpshooter that may or may not be back, Alec Burks, who last year.
I love Alec Burks, but that's because he's a former Knick, and you know what, Alec Burks, he could be wearing pony sneakers. That man gonna get you a bucket.
He's gonna get you some three.
He gonna get you a bucket. He's a Temu bucket getter.
It's just going to be interesting to see what the starting lineup is going to look like when the season begins. Because Bam and Tyler, they're going to be in the
starting five.
And Khalil Ware is going to be in the starting lineup.
And you're starting, and that's the other thing, okay? Miami's whole success next season they're relying on the advancement of Khalil Ware and Pella Larson. And the comeback of the comeback of Jaime.
That's scary that you just now maybe pointed out that
that's
Heat season.
The Heat season really relies on
Khalil Ware.
The Heat, it really does rely on Khalil Ware.
Oh,
that's why I think Spo was, because if he's becomes what they think he can be,
or they want him to
or
be.
he shows like a gradual maturity and in his body physically and in his mental, because that was the other thing. Like he's not, they were getting on him because they want him to be physical.
Did you notice, Vlad, after he got called out by Spo back
he
to
was
20-point games?
Yeah, but that's all they wanted to see from him.
That's
like,
what I think. Yeah.
Remember we talked about this. Like, dude, they just want a 20-10 game and be like, all right, you got 20-10. We can sit your ass
That
down.
you can go out there and just.
But you weren't doing that. Like, no pick like yourself, a former first round pick,
should be middling in summer league.
Not even middling, but playing 4 games in 2 different states. Either you busted ass in California, they would have never seen you in Vegas.
Yep. Or maybe 1 game in Vegas.
You bust one, yeah, that would have been it.
Huh.
That's what they were saying. So when you're looking at that roster, I mean, Davion is Davion. He's great, but if I'm not relying on Davion to consistently hit like 3-pointers,
no.
If that man shoots over 35% 3-pointers next season, that's a great season for him.
I gotta ask you, Vlad, what's a successful season for Norman Powell?
I told you, Norman Powell, you could pencil
17?
that in 17.8.
17. If he scores 17, I'm happy.
17 and 19. He might even, depending on how good he's really going, might be 20. You might have a backcourt of 20 points, and I think he's starting.
Okay.
I think Davion is coming off the bench.
You think Davion's coming off the bench
Yes.
as a spark plug? But then again, if you can have a guy, and once again, I trust Spo knows what he's doing. Norman Powell, that can kind of do what Tyler Hero did a couple of years ago when he won the
Because he wants that money, bro.
You get starting minutes, but you get
He wants that money.
spark plug off the bench.
Yeah, but you want that next bag.
That's
you want
true.
that shooting
And,
guard. You want that starting shooting guard bag.
He's in
You
a
don't
contract.
Want,
year. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, he's on the last year of his deal.
Yeah.
That's why he came. That's not why he came to Miami.
That's because Clippers weren't going to trade him. I mean, pay him.
Clippers were not going to pay him.
Right. The money that he was going to make, they'd rather pay Bradley Beal because they could get Bradley Beal off the cheap because Bradley Beal's getting paid by the Phoenix Suns, and he's going to make $107 million next season.
It's deferred a little bit, but yeah,
No, he's making $107 million.
No, I thought that he said that they're going to defer.
Oh, they're deferring, but he's making $107 million next season.
He's going to make serious.
He's going to be he's probably going to, you know what? Let me say. He's probably going to make like $70 to $80 million next season.
Yeah.
He's going to be making it. He's going to make like $70, $80 million.
Still, Damian Lillard's got the best deal. He's making $70 million to do rehab next year.
God, ain't that luck?
Because he did right by Portland. Portland did right by him.
But
no, that's not a joke, Vlad. He's making
no, he is. That's what I'm
$70
saying.
million.
No, just to rehab, just
I'm
to
not
chill.
Even making jokes.
I'm lamping. I'm chilling. Matter of fact, I'm rehabbing in Miami.
Should have never left.
I'm rehabbing in Miami. Yes. It all, you know what?
He really thought it was going to work out by him coming here to Miami. We thought it was going to work out.
It worked out great for Mitch Cronin.
Yeah.
Give it shout out to Cronin because he played the game and he played the game right. While everybody was hating on him, calling him every nickname in the book, every bad name, that man got the player that he wanted, and he still get to keep the legend. He got the legend back.
He endeared himself to the fan base by not giving in and letting Pat Riley, quote unquote, the big market, take the little
bully
market.
him.
Yeah.
He didn't get bullied by old Riles.
He did the quick rebuild. The team seems to be young and on the up in the West, although the West is complicated. You get Damian Lillard back, who is got the key to the city. His family lives there. He's going to retire there. And then you get Drew Holiday, and you can do whatever you want with Drew Holiday.
Sam,
and you got rid of Anthony Simons.
Yeah, because you were going to have to pay him.
Have to pay him.
They know what they're doing. That's why everybody's getting paid early. They're just avoiding that. They rather do the they rather waive you and do the buyout.
That's the
early.
That's the new move.
That's the move early so that you're not caught in the second apron. That damn apron.
It'll get you.
Man.
Look what the Boston Celtics did. Boston Celtics just liquidated.
They liquidated. Guess what's happening now? After next season, after the 25-26 season, guess who's $25 million over the second apron?
Who is it?
The OKC Thunder.
Oh, they don't care right now.
They signed their big three, all locked in for the next 5 years. That's why you got to give Sam Presti credit.
And they know the salary cap will go up.
They got a closet full of picks. When I'm talking about a closet, I'm talking about a big mansion closet full of picks.
They just took bad contract after bad contract after bad contract.
They got a closet where, they got a wifey closet. One closet for shoes, one closet for dresses, gowns, business attire, all of that.
They did everything the Philadelphia 76ers.
Nothing but picks.
They did everything the Philadelphia 76ers wanted to do, but they did it the right way.
Right. They got nothing but picks so that they can, I guess, fight through the second apron. So that would be the smart. So he also are probably doing the same thing. That's why they probably are trying to get guys who are good that are on the last year of their contract, because the 26 season should be a good free agency market.
They want some maneuverability.
They want to have flexibility for them to maneuver. But if you're looking at the starting lineup, Tyler and Bam are obviously a 1-2, right? Wiggins is there. We know Wiggins is going to be there, as at least that's what they stated.
They said the season will start with
So Wiggins is either playing your 2 or he's your 3. He's your 3.
So now it's between Davion, Norman Powell, and
it's between Davion and Norman Powell for the 2, and it's between Nico, Khalil, and Khalil Ware to be alongside Bam.
I thought the Heat are all in on Khalil Ware. It seems like.
So if it's Khalil Ware, then Khalil's at the 5, Bam's at the 4, Wiggy's at the 3. Tyler's gonna. I mean, I don't like Tyler running the point, but
you want him at point?
I don't know if I want him at point.
I thought you run him at 2, and then you're in either Davion or Norman Powell at 1.
But Norman Powell's not a 1.
He's more of a shooting guard.
He's a shooting guard.
So that's why you might have to bring him off the bench.
Davion's not really a 1 either.
Well, you know what? You got to do what you got to do.
You don't have a point guard, which has always been the problem.
We got Terry Rozier.
And his gambling problems.
And possibly going to jail. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You know, innocent until proven guilty in this country.
I mean, that is, you got weapons, you got shooters, and Powell. If Powell was your 2 and Hero's your 1,
and
you
Alec
got
Burks
shooters.
Can come in and score some points.
Alec, don't listen.
Just a spark plug.
Listen, Alec Burks.
He's also might not be on the team next year, but we'll keep that in mind.
Alec Burks is not on your roster. Cool. All right, now what's your bench? Pele, Jaime,
Jovic.
Yeah.
Kasper Siakam, Haywood Highsmith for defense.
That's not I'm not looking at an Eastern Conference Final team.
Drew Smith coming off of back-to-back.
You may
injuries.
be a top 6 playoff team. You may not have to play in.
Okay.
Even with your lineup as of right now. You're either a 5 or 6 seed in the playoffs, or you're playing.
We'll see if we can work some magic. We'll see. Up next, going to do some day or day thumbs up, thumbs down in and around the world on 560 WQAM. Let's get a little nay or day, some thumbs up, some thumbs down, some polarizing topics today in nay or day. So let's get right to it. WNBA All-Star Game last night in Indianapolis, and the ladies came out early and they made a statement.
Certainly they're here for fun, but this is also a business trip. This was just moments ago after the anthem. They revealed these shirts that say, pay us what you owe us, because, of course, right now, amid the backdrop of All-Star, they're having negotiations and meetings right now with the Players Association about this new CBA. And Nate, what do you make of this move to very publicly say to the league and put them on alert? We want this money.
So the ladies at the WNBA All-Star Game last night had black shirts with white writing that said, pay us what you owe us. Because right now, currently, the Players Association and the WNBA are in talks, and the Players Association not too happy with the deal that they have been offered, which is like a small percentage of what the league makes. Now, this is a very polarizing topic. And
do we really want to get into this?
I've done some research on it. So I'm going to say always go with the players.
Hell no. And I'm always with the players. But if we
There's
really break,
right.
if we've talked about this a little bit over the last 2 years. If we really break down, the W takes more losses. They're more in the red than they are in the black.
Yep. So I did the research before we get into it. Let me break it down a little bit for you. The WNBA players want a little more of a growth percent. Now, the league is at an all-time high, and it is growing faster than it's ever grown before. It has seen unprecedented growth. It is growing year after year after year after year. Hence why the players are saying we're driving that. We deserve more of a percentage that grows with the league. Now, I said
particular persons
they did sign a $2.2 billion deal for television and marketing rights. Now, Vlad, getting to your point, do you know how much in the red last season the WNBA was? After all that growth, they were in the red $50 million. $50 million. Hence, if your business is losing money, do you have the right to ask for a quote-unquote raise? And that's why it's hard for me to say whether this is a nay or a day what the ladies did last night.
To me, it's a nay, because it's like if they really want to talk, if they really talk to them, I don't think the girls will like the numbers. Like, okay, you're getting some traction. Yes, more eyes are on you, but it's only on particular players. Really one particular player, okay? But it's on particular players in the markets. You got New York Liberty, that's a big market. Vegas, big market. LA Sparks, but dude, Cameron Brink, I haven't seen her play. Beautiful. Seen her on our podcast the whole nine, but I haven't seen her play. Dallas, okay, cool. You got Paige, you got Shorty from Notre Dame that's been there for a while. The point guard. I don't want to mess up her name. She has an African name, so I don't want to mess it up. But you got players in Washington. So you do have the players. You have you do have players. You have players that are, when I say exposing themselves, making themselves
more known,
more available
the league is
to
expanding.
but it's expanding. But fam, for 20, how long has the league been there? Since what, 95?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I guarantee you, since 95. So let's say 30 years. It's probably been in the red each year.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a positive gains year as far as.
I think the players are going crazy right now because they finally got their planes. They finally got a better, travel. But just because they were finally able to give you better travel doesn't mean that all of a sudden, you're going to start making what the guys are demanding or the guys want. Nah, this thing is a slow build.
Yeah, I like the solidarity that the ladies are showing, all for one, one for all. And I do like the fact that, they realize that leagues are driven by players. But I do understand the fact that there is a bottom line that needs to be addressed, that the NBA has been bailing out the WNBA to the tune.
This is David Stern's baby.
To the tune of millions and millions and millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
And they just say, I want a bigger piece of the pie. Well,
there's no pie.
I'd like the solidarity.
It's a fudge brownie. You could get this fudge brownie, but there ain't no pie, baby.
The timing is it's weird. But like in a way, they do have unprecedented growth. The league is expanding. They are starting to see some gain. When I say gains,
because of one damn person
who you also mistreat. To me, in my opinion, you mistreat her sometimes.
It's like if she's done, like if she decides to retire today, all the stuff that y'all were making is donezo.
I think the league's in a better place, though.
Still done so.
So, yeah, but $2.2 billion deal, interesting to make that statement. They're just trying to, like in a negotiation, they're trying
And
to get
here's
the best they
thing.
can get.
But okay, so here's the flip, right? If you're the WNBA, why aren't you talking to those people that talk to Nafisa Collier and Breanna Stewart when they decided to do that Unrivaled League, so that these girls don't have to go to Europe and deal with all the craziness, like, have a situation with Brittany Griner or something like that. They don't have to leave their families. They don't have to leave the states in order for them to make an income. So maybe you talk to these other
league
sponsors. Talk to the sponsors and for stuff like that. That's why the girls were going crazy. The Fever went crazy when they won the Commissioner's Cup? Because the money that they made is more money than they make for a year because it was a sponsor.
That's true. Yeah, they did.
So you need to talk to those sponsors, but the sponsors are probably looking at the numbers and they're like, I don't want to put that much money into a situation where there might not be any ROI, no return on investment.
Right.
So I'm sorry, nah. I'm for the ladies. I want them. I'm always for the athletes, but I know what's going on here. I know what's going on.
The thing is, if a business bottom line is in the red, it's hard to go ask for raises. I understand that, but at the same time, you are driving the league and you are the reason why it's growing. And how do you expect it to grow without us? Very sticky situation right there for the WNBA. So, oh man, but give us what you owe us is the way they should.
Give us what you owe us. What we owe you?
I don't know.
What we owe you? What they owe you? Because I'm telling you, if they read the numbers, they would shut up.
Yeah. I'm sure the Players Association knows the numbers and stuff, so we'll see. Scotty Scheffler putting the finishing touches. He has finished up over at the Open in the UK. He is 17 under. He's waiting for everyone else to pretty much finish, but it's basically
no, he won.
He's already won. All right, well, here was his mindset going into this last day. Kind of go into the mindset of Scotty Scheffler as he had a big lead going into today.
I like being out here competing. I like, this is why we work so hard, is to have opportunities like this. And I'm excited for the challenge of tomorrow. Winning major championships is not an easy task. And, I've put myself in a good position. And, going into tomorrow, I'm going to step up there on the first tee and I'm going to be trying to get the ball in the fairway. And then when I get to the second shot, I'm going to be trying to get that ball in the green. And there's not really too much else going on.
Keeping it simple. You kept it simple, man. 17 under, winning by 4 strokes today at the Open. Scotty Scheffler, what a tournament he had.
I love the fact that the big story prior to the tournament was him saying, I don't really care about winning all that stuff. It's like, I want to win. I love to win, but after I win, then what? It's on to the next. And then look what he just did. He basically just won, celebrated with his family, his bride, his new baby. Everything was good. And you see the smiles, but guess what? After today, he's back on the golf course getting ready for the next tournament.
Back at it. Best
but
golfer
congratulations.
in the world right now.
Best golfer in the world.
Manny Pacquiao fought at 46 last night. Some people think he should have won. Some people think he should have lost. Manny Pacquiao, though, after the fight, spoke with the media.
Didn't look like a 46-year-old tonight. How did you feel inside the ring?
I feel good. I feel happy. 2 months training, although short, but it's enough. I want to train 3 months or 4 months, but I start late because of the election in the country.
But the rest of the fight, you look great. What happens now, Manny? Because there was options for you moving forward. There was even talks of a Floyd Mayweather fight. What do you see going on next in you?
Oh, that's another story. Let's talk about it. Good for me. I'm in shape again.
Do you feel that you have what it takes to be a world champion once again?
Yeah, I think so. I can still do that. For 2 months training, 4 years lay off, and then 2 months training, it's not bad.
Manny Pacquiao sounded like he might want to get back in the ring again, even at 46. I thought he fought well last night. Of course, I was watching the whole time saying this is a 46-year-old man. I'm not expecting a lot from him. Thought he fought well. Thought he represented himself pretty well. But it was a draw. So Barrios retains the title. I know I get nervous when I say older people for that sport step in and start taking punches and throwing punches. It's just, I don't know if I want to see Manny Pacquiao fight again, but I thought he really did equip himself well yesterday. Coming up next, Going to run through everything that's happening in the sports world. We've got the 153rd Open completed with Scotty Scheffler, and we'll see how our Marlins are doing because they have just gotten underway a couple of minutes ago. This is Sports Day on 560 WQAM. Marlins back in action. Kansas City Royals, Lone Depot Park, 0-0, bottom of the second. So I would say so far, so good for our guys. Marlins looking to get that sweep today against Kansas City. And then San Diego comes to town for a couple of games. It's always fun to see the San Diego Padres, who are a very good team, and they had a good run last year in the playoffs, but did not make it to the World Series. So the team's spent a lot of money and not getting all the way there. So, of course, it can be said about every team but the Dodgers last year. So we shall see. Scotty Scheffler has won the British Open.
Scotty's won 3 majors.
Open.
He's won 3 majors before the age of 30.
Unbelievable.
The only major he hasn't won to complete his Grand Slam, his major Grand Slams, the U.S. Open.
U.S. Open. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, I like how the British Open just became the Open Championship.
It's just the Open, yeah.
But when you talk about the Open, most Americans are going to refer to the U.S. Open.
I would think the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
But now when I've trained myself to know that the Open means the British Open inside like tennis.
I just
whatever
say
sport he plays.
The Open Championships. That's what I like to call it. One is the Open, the other one is the Open Championship.
U.S. Open. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a kid. I thought that was a squirrel.
Oh, that's Scotty. That's baby Scotty. Oh, he just fell.
He fell right on his, you know what. Okay. That's always cool.
Come on, get up, kid. What the hell's wrong with you? You're going to be, You better learn how to get up.
He's making him get up. He's not even going to see him. Okay, so Scotty Scheffler.
I don't think the kid could climb the hill there. That's kind of steep.
That is a steep hill for
That's
a
kinda
very,
steep for the
very
kid.
small child.
And now you can walk on the flat
He's
land.
going to fall.
The trophy's just, the claret jug is just as big as the baby.
I was going to say, I don't want him hurting himself, so I'd keep the trophy away from that baby.
That kid is looking at, what can I drink from that cup?
He's thirsty.
Yeah,
He's got a pacifier. He's got a noonie. He's got a noonie in.
Yeah. Kid is like, I want to poop.
He got a noonie in.
Kid's all messed up right now. It's like, what time is it over there? It's like 7:05. It's like 7:05.
He's got to be confused too. He's out on the green. He's getting
Put that kid to sleep.
weird people around him. People clapping probably.
That kid some Similac. Put his ass to sleep.
He'll sleep good tonight.
Oh, he's gonna be sleeping on the flight back.
Marlins are 46-51. They are playing the Royals right now, 0-0 in the bottom of the second inning. So we're going to keep you posted on everything happening with that. Inter Miami, they overcame a 1-0 deficit to win 5-1 yesterday. Messi, 2 goals, 2 assists. Talasco Segovia also had a brace. Inter Miami, they will face FC Cincinnati. That is going to be Saturday at 7:15 Chase Stadium. Daniel Solana will join us at around 3:15 to talk a little bit of Inter Miami. We'll also kind of dive into the Leagues Cup and figure out what's probably the more prudent thing for us to do. If we should go see FC Cincinnati or one of the Liga MX from Mexico. I was at a Mexican restaurant yesterday for a little while in Coral Gables.
It was hot.
Was it hot yesterday?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know how hot it was? I was toweling the girl that I was dancing. That's how hot it was.
You bring a towel.
I always bring a towel.
You bring a towel to the club?
Of course. Well, I mean, it's outdoor. It's the backyard.
That's true. I've been there. It has that fake grass, doesn't it? Like that green. I'm thinking about that right place. I don't know. I've been pulled into a lot of weird places in my life, and that's one of them that I got pulled into.
Come to find out, girls appreciate that.
They appreciate you using a towel to wipe them down.
Oh yeah. Listen, if you're gonna, this, I don't mind getting sweaty, but when it's humid like that,
What time did you get there?
What time did I get there?
Like
Picked up my boy Damien. Shout out to my boy Damien, my boy from high school. And I got there probably like around 6:15.
What time did you leave though?
Oh, probably like 11:30.
Okay.
And then we got a pizza.
Okay. Oh, nice.
I got to get a pizza. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Got to get a pizza. But it was a lot of work. There was a lot of action going on in Fort Lauderdale.
So it was packed?
It was packed.
Nice. They do it every weekend?
No, it's a once a month thing.
Oh, even better. That's why
it's once a month. So when you get the fly, but it was sold out. It was sold out.
Damn.
Shout out to the organizers at the backyard in Fort Lauderdale for your old school hip hop.
$10 cover?
20.
20? Okay.
Yeah, 20, and I think it's like 15 for the girls.
Like I'm still in college. $10 cover? No.
But it's just great. It's just great, man. It's definitely my vibe.
That's what I'm. Yeah, you always go. Love it.
Yeah.
Dolphins, the rookies have reported the Veterans Report Tuesday, and you're going to get the back to school dance a week on Saturday.
Yeah, but dude, it's gonna be all on TV. That's now when you said it, I was like, now I remember. This is what they do. It's like the NFL's way of saying, hey fans, did you miss this? So they're probably gonna have different networks, different reporters go to different training camp facilities.
So it'll be almost like a red zone, probably.
It's gonna be like a red zone.
Let's go check in a Dolphins camp. Let's go check in a Dolphins camp.
You'll see Kay Adams talking to Tua.
That's pretty cool.
Or you have who's the girl on the NFL Network that's really good? She does she always does Green Bay and everything like that. But the show be out there. You'll have Daniel Jeremiah, all the experts that you expect to see, Kimberly Martin and from ESPN. They're all going to be at a training facility talking to the big players. More than likely, a lot of people will probably be at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh has made a lot of moves this offseason.
So the people definitely want to talk to Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin, probably talk to TJ now that he got paid. You're definitely going to want to go to Kansas City, talk to Patty, talk to Travis, Andy Reid, see how they feel after losing. You're definitely going to go to the Philadelphia to talk to Jalen, Saquon, and Sirianni. They'll talk to Miami because they know that Mike McDaniel's ass is on the Foreman grill, so they will talk to him. Tua, Tyreek always going to talk.
Yep.
They'll go to New York. They're going to go every place. They're going to go to every team's training facility just to get an idea of what they're looking forward in this upcoming season.
Probably going to go a little lighter on teams like the Saints and the Carolina Panthers, just because not very much excitement around there. Although, you do have a new coach in Kellen Moore over there in New Orleans, but try to lay low on some
Definitely
of
go
those
to Tennessee. Talk to Cam Ward.
You think, yeah, rookie, kind of getting the camp, kind of getting things going.
They're definitely gonna go to Chi-Town to talk to the Caleb, the Bears, Ben Johnson, all of that. So it's an orientation, man. It's a welcome house. Yeah, it's a homecoming.
I'm all
How about
for
that?
it. I'm all for it. And then it
Homecoming.
makes me think about now when we did this college spring game, how that's becoming a dodo bird that you and I both predict that in 5 years nobody's going to be.
I don't even think 5 years, Sam. I think it's going to be less than that because I think because of what's going on. The spring game used to be the spring game, give the fans a look at what to expect in this upcoming college football
to
season.
Get a taste and just to see
now
the guys.
Some of these guys when they're watching these spring games and they're like, oh, wait a minute, that offense fits my type of talent, my type of skill set. So let me go. Yeah, let me transfer right now in March to another university, another program, and help them out.
Yeah, it's becoming a showcase for some guys. Like, I don't really want to stay here in Miami, but I want to show out.
If I'm not going to get if I'm not going to get any PT, no playing time.
I can show out in the spring game, and maybe the coach at Cincinnati likes me, and I can go over there. So, yeah, I mean, when we did it last year, Vlad and I were working, and we were like, "Whoa, man, this has become somewhat of a."
It's not the spring game that I remember where it was like, all right, cool.
Because guys can transfer after the spring game.
The guys were transferring. Like literally, it was like, damn, 5 minutes after, I'm transferring. I was like, geez, like really?
Mm-hmm.
They see something where the crowd is going crazy, maybe for another player is balling out, and they realize, oh, okay.
When it really hit me was
I might not have much playing time.
What really hit me was when Joe Zagacki and the guys are like, and corresponding at the exact same time in South Bend, Indiana, Notre Dame is holding their spring game. I'm like, wow, the two teams made sure to have the spring game at the exact same time, so they got less scouting of each other.
Right, and when it got to that point,
I was like,
there's
no way, man. There's no way we can.
We're not having much.
Miami won't allow camera, TV cameras.
Right, it used to be
radio
a big
only.
thing.
Radio only.
Think about this, right? Damn. So this is why the spring game was important because many networks would broadcast the spring game.
ESPN would have Alabama's spring game on the whole
But think about it. They would do every team if it was a conference network.
Right.
So the ACC network would show Miami, would show Florida State, would show Virginia, Clemson, stuff like that. SEC network would show Alabama, Georgia, LSU. Now they don't want to do that anymore.
Some teams have already straight up gotten rid of it.
Right. So that's taking away programming and content for those networks, but they don't want to do it. And I understand why the university don't want to do it. It's getting ridiculous the way kids are just leaving at the drop of a dime.
I mean, it's the same thing with the NBA and the NFL now is that they're putting more emphasis in the joint practices than the actual preseason games because they can see more, they can get more.
You get more because they put in those joint practices. I don't know the listeners, if they don't have an idea, basically a lot of these it's situational football.
Right. They can put you in a package and different things that they need.
Put you in a package that you will have during the season, but how you handle that package, especially on certain plays. So if it's like 2nd and 8 at the opposing team's 40, how do you attack that? How do you get the best matchup? How do you defend this defender? How do you block this defender?
Are you the one, Vlad, that always says, like, why does the NFL need 2 preseason or 3 preseason games? College football, they go straight into the season. Some people say that.
All right, technically you're right.
But I don't mind it.
I don't mind it only because it's part of the your season ticket package. So they're gonna force you to get those preseason games. And if you're smart, you just give those preseason tickets to a family or friend that may not be able to afford or may not have the time to take their loved ones to an actual real professional game. So
growing up, I went to a lot of preseason football.
And I bet you,
because
you're
as a kid, you don't care.
You loved it. I went to the NFL, whatever. You got to eat food and all this, so life is grand. So until you start getting older, you really love the sport and you begin to understand that preseason football stinks.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Unless you go to the dress rehearsal game.
But it does just make sense that the NFL sooner than later will go to the 18 games and you get a home and away preseason game. That makes symmetrically makes a lot more sense.
Does that mean more
18?
Joint practices?
Yeah, I think that would mean you would probably.
Might as well.
This is what you would do.
The joint
this is what you would do. You would pick a team that you're not playing in the preseason for a joint practice to kind of kick things off. Then you do joint practices with the two teams you would play in the preseason. That way, you still get 3 good joint practices. Get to work on things.
How long is training camp? A month?
How long is training camp?
It's usually a month,
pretty
right?
much getting going right now.
Yeah, I mean, if we're middle of July to early September. No. When the last game is. The last game will be August
23rd.
23rd.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a month. Right? Over 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, is in those 5 weeks, how many joint practices can you do?
Well, you only do
because
3 teams you play.
Right, but once
they
go to the 18-game season, there's only go 2 practices, but you still got 5 weeks.
Well, that's what I was saying. You would invite a team, or you would get invited to go play against a team that you're not.
The first week of training camp.
First week of training camp. Our second week, you would get a joint practice with a team you weren't playing in a preseason game, and then your other 2 would be the 2 preseason, teams that you were playing.
And then you still have another 2 weeks off until.
Well, by that point, you're healing up and getting ready for the season because we know how their practices are now. It's more about not getting hurt and just going through things than actually.
I would rather see the joint practices, but maybe they don't want people to have film on specific plays or,
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, but
dog eat dog world.
The dog needs its bone.
Marcus Smart has agreed to a buyout from the Wizards and is expected to sign a 2-year, $11 million contract with the Lakers.
Little news on that. Shams is reporting that the Lakers let go Shake Milton. Whose contract was supposed to be $3 million. He was going to get a guaranteed $3 million contract if they didn't let him go. If he was still on the team. So the reason why I think that was important is because it helped, the Marcus Smart deal.
Right. Got to make the money work. So there you go. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios ended in a majority draw. We heard from Pacquiao last segment that he didn't get started early enough because of the elections in his Philippines. And he said he just ramped up and he feels as though he still got it in him to be a champion at 46 years old. So there you go. Barrios does retain his WBC welterweight championship. Alexander Usyk, he knocked out Daniel Dubois in the 5th round to become the heavyweight champion of the world. And Dustin Poirier lost MMA Max Hollowell unanimous decision in New Orleans. Lil Wayne, not enough for old Poirier. Lil Wayne, did he come out? Oh, you didn't watch it either. So I had the Pacquiao fight on at the bar in Coral Gables. So it's like freestyle music playing, having a drink, maybe taking a shot, watching a little bit of the Pacquiao fight, back on the dance floor. Cool stuff, man. Real cool stuff. Speaking of cool stuff, though, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. This is the one I sent you earlier in the week, Vlad. I don't know if you looked at it. A rare condition had a Brazilian woman's breast growing at an astonishing 1.5 pounds a month. Eventually, surgeons had to remove over 22 pounds of excess tissue. It had gotten so bad that 22-year-old woman needed to get around in a wheelchair. It's real. It's real. 22 pounds. Just imagine. 22 pounds of excess. It's got to be a rough surgery. Got to get in a wheelchair.
Dude, she gained a pound a day?
1.5 pounds a month.
A month.
All in her breast. It's one of those, remember we read about this on a different occasion where it's a rare condition where we learned that like if you get liposuction in your stomach, there's a chance that your breast will grow because the body fat distributes differently.
Fam. There's no way. She can't even see her belly.
I know. At first, I thought it was Photoshop, but I kept looking and I started being like, well, I don't know if that's Photoshop, but Vlad, that's a lot, man.
Come on, fam. Come on. That's ridiculous.
I would post it on the YouTube and Twitch, but
it's covering her little Daisy Duke pants. Shorts.
She literally looks like she's standing behind a boulder in pictures.
She can't wear anything without. Come on, man.
And she's smiling.
Her
in the
back
pictures.
got to be hurting.
Well, they removed 22 pounds of excess weight.
And it still is excess.
No, I think those pictures are before.
What, the ones that I'm seeing?
Yeah, the ones you're seeing are before the excess was removed. There's no way that's after. Before, it should take up a whole room.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Oh, okay. I see the one after the breastfeed. Oh, that was a big breastfeed. Jeez. Oh my God. It's like you ever watch Dr. Lee? She's taking one of those cysts out of somebody.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You watch that show?
I'm a big fan.
Oh, that's Dr. Lee. Yeah.
Dr. Sandra Lee. I love when she takes the cyst out. Oh, it's beautiful.
I mean, the people are so relieved, man.
What? Come on, man. It's nasty to be walking around with something that weighs.
Yeah.
And like it hinders
your
you.
face,
stretches your foot, your back, and then all of a sudden it stinks.
Oh,
but once you finally get it out, and then you see it's like, damn, what's really in the human body?
And
like,
you have to look at it too.
Of course you do. And you got to smell it. You got to smell it.
You don't want the curiosity to kill you the rest of your life. Like, I didn't even look what it was like, although it would be on TV, so you could look back on it. But yeah, anytime the doctor removes something from you or something physical, you got to look at it, man, because you just got to tell. It's a healthy human way to be. Just a healthy human way to be. Oh, man, Terry Rozier, he is not in a very healthy situation. Could the Heat be getting out of the contract that they have with him? Better yet, could the Heat just totally be done with Terry Rozier and all's well that ends well for the Miami Heat? Maybe not so much for Terry Rozier. That is next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Yeah, I think Dan got stuck in the bathroom. I don't know what happened. You could see him walking back in now. Nearly played the whole Drake song.
Oh, Party Next Door?
No.
Is it Lisa? Is it Keisha?
No. No.
Girls want some
No.
shots? Then buy some.
No. It's What Did I Miss?
I heard that last night. And then I heard this morning on the way into work. And then I was like, oh, man, I wanted to see what Vlad thinks about that Nokia song, Party Next Door.
That Nokia song stinks. It's been out for like months already. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. What Did I Miss is good. But he's still missing. He's still throwing things at the wall. It's just not sticking.
Is it Keisha? No. Is it Stephanie? Oh, I don't even know the name. I know he says Keisha in there.
This guy's singing like songs from 3 years ago now.
No, Nokia's only been out for like a couple of months.
I'm just saying, when you're saying is it Keisha and all that stuff.
That's what the song goes. Is it?
I know, but it just sounds like the song that he did not too long ago with Keisha.
That's
that one.
Nokia.
Okay, that's a song from 3 years ago.
No.
Yo, bro. All right, move on.
Party Next Door.
There's a song he made that sounds very similar.
So he's resampling it basically.
Jesus Christ.
Why is everybody sampling nowadays? And not that anybody hasn't been sampling for a long time. Everybody samples. I mean, the Beastie Boys did it with Paul Revere and all that stuff on that second album of theirs. Nonetheless,
rehashing is easy.
And it's familiar to listeners. So they're like, oh, wait a second. I know this. Wait,
dude, I didn't even realize that there were songs like their beats that were used for other songs and then got popular by another artist. Like Knock Yourself Out by Pusha by Jadakiss was actually a beat that was used in the first Clips album.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh snap. Like that's right. But if your album doesn't get released, those beats are now available to anybody else.
No, really?
Yes.
But you have the rights to them, right?
But
You have to buy 'em
whoever produced it can
copyright.
They can take the beat out and just send it, give it to the other person to make it.
But do you make any money off of it? Oh, you own the rights to it.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, it's Pharrell. Pharrell, that's the
so it's his. Yeah,
so it's his. But I mean, that would be messed up. Say like, I make a beat for you, but and your album doesn't come out, and then Marcos is like, I need a beat, and I give Marcos the beat, and then Marcos takes the beat, and the song goes crazy.
Yeah,
I would feel a certain way if I was you.
I would be like, dang, I wish I would have released that song.
Right.
At least. That way, at least. Yeah, I understand. It's crazy. All right. Well, Terry Rozier is caught in a tough situation where he is involved in some way, shape, or form, whether he's innocent or guilty or not, in a gambling ring and some whispers and some tellings and this and everything else. So you start wondering, what's the thing that's going to happen to Terry Rozier? Can the Heat just cut him? Can they cut ties? Can it be breach of contract? Even better yet, someone asked Ira Winderman of the Sun Sentinel, if Terry Rozier is ruled ineligible by the NBA, can the Heat reclaim that number 1 first-round draft pick owed to the Charlotte Hornets? Which a lot of people are thinking, look, if Terry Rozier is in that much trouble, we can get out of the contract. We can maybe get our first-round pick back. Well, Ira Winderman going to break it down for you. His answer: first, it is way too early to jump to any conclusions, particular outcomes that have proven rare in the NBA. Yes, there are rules in place regarding contracts being voided in regards to NBA violations. But again, there are no charges regarding Terry Rozier or any substantiated findings. So to be clear, the Heat are in no way operating at the moment as if ongoing investigation by federal authorities is going to result in any type of cap, tax, or apron relief from the NBA. This is way too premature, and such federal investigations can linger for weeks, months, or even longer. As for the trade with the Hornets, January 2024, here we go. While deals have been voided for injury or health concerns, as with the rescinding one last season, better the Hornets or the Lakers, there is no after-the-fact precedent for undoing a dealt draft pick. They likely only would come into play if the Hornets had prior knowledge of something being untoward. And the NBA already has conducted its own investigation and did not find anything untoward. All that said, this could prove to be a highly unique situation that could wind up creating its own precedent, or the NBA, having concluded its investigation, could wind up as nothing at all from a league perspective. So no take backsies is basically, without something crazy happening.
No take backsies?
You can't take back that first round pick if you're the Miami Heat, unless for some way it comes out that the Heat had prior knowledge to Terry Rozier in this gambling ring, which there's probably not going to happen with the Hornets. So that first round pick, you're not getting it back if you're the Miami Heat, most likely.
You could try, though.
You're going to probably try. And once again, federal investigations, they take their time. They're not worried about a timeline. They're just worried about getting the result that they need to get. So
can they cut him?
As of now,
and not pay him?
As of now, though, Vlad, no. That's what Ira Winderman is saying.
So they can't cut him
because technically,
because he hasn't been charged with anything, or
and the NBA's could reopen the case, but no violations right now. He's not even in trouble with the NBA as far as his employer. He's got no issues. And the feds, once again, as we pointed out, these investigations can go weeks, months, even longer. So as of now, you're the Heat. You have to proceed business as usual with Terry Rozier. And if you were to cut him, you would have to abide by the rules of the league as far as cutting him. So there is no right now clean break from Terry Rozier because the league has said their investigation is concluded. He did nothing wrong. They found no wrongdoing. Therefore, he's not in breach or void of contract. Feds, once again, this is taking time. You cannot go off of that. And as far as the first round pick, it's gone. Once again, precedent has been set that there's no taking back traded off draft picks, but could change with its circumstances, but it's probably not because that's a weird precedent where you could always trade off picks and want them back, then go to arbitration and try to get a pick back. So that first round pick is pretty much gone. And we're kind of stuck in a holding pattern with Terry Rozier. At least
that's bad, bro.
And, he has not played very well to help himself. It's a tough situation.
It's a nasty situation because you have a player that you don't want anymore, to be quite honest. And everything that's more negative than positive attached with him. So
I want to believe he hasn't done anything bad, but I mean, I want to believe that there was some loose lips around him and maybe not him.
Yo, fam, we read what happened.
And he played a certain amount of minutes that,
you make 30 bets in 48 minutes and they're all unders and all the unders hit. Yeah.
I want to believe that he told maybe
I'm sorry, but the other thing is when you do that, then they're going to start wondering what other times you've taken a fall.
Yeah, because now I'm sure they're going back and watching a lot of different games and looking at a lot of different betting lines. That's why this is probably going to take a little while. My hope would be, and I hate to say, and there was obviously some foul play. I'm not going to try to delude you about that. My hope would be maybe his chef or somebody around him. He told, man, I am really hurt, and the team wants me to play today. I don't think I can make it, but I'll go out there and I'll give it a shot. Maybe play for a little bit and pull myself out of the game. They took that information and ran with it to gamblers. That's my hope, and that's a bad hope to have regardless, but that Terry Rozier, honestly, and the NBA did an investigation and said that they didn't find any wrongdoing, so there gives me that little bit of hope that maybe there was just some loose lips around him. I don't know. I mean, the federal government will get to the bottom of it, I guess, if you want to trust the federal government. I don't want to get into that. It's just, right now, if you're the Miami Heat,
you need Diddy lawyers.
You're not getting your draft pick back. And
oh, no, you're not. Come on, man. You're not getting that.
No. And then, like you said, the Hornets.
But I guarantee you they wanted that. Well, if they could get that first round pick back, they would start calling Milwaukee immediately.
They wouldn't mind a buyout and getting the first round pick back.
What do you mean buyout? They would buy out Malik?
No, I'd say like the Heat probably wouldn't mind buying out Terry Rozier if they could get the first round pick back.
Right.
Instead of not getting the first round pick back and being able to just cut Terry Rozier.
Let me ask you this. Who do you think is going to get a contract first? Well, Terry's still on the contract, right?
If they were both available.
But if they were both available, who do you think? Malik or Terry?
Malik Beasley. Got to. The numbers don't lie.
Well, for him it does. Because he owes a lot of people money.
Oh, well.
Are you owe your barber money?
And didn't you owe his dentist money? How do you owe your dentist money? Like, I don't know, he's like, oh, is that a cavity? Oh, you want to make a bet about a game tonight? What? I mean, honestly, in this league, numbers are numbers. People will take a risk on a guy or a girl because of numbers in WNBA, whatever league. It's just, but Malik Beasley, that cost him a lot of money, not only because he lost a lot of bets apparently, but he was in line to sign a $45 million contract. That's just ice. It boggles my mind how you could. I understand you want to be human and you want to live your life and you have the right to live a normal life, but at the same time, territory it comes with the territory. Like, I mean, that's your job. And if you don't like a job where you can get in trouble for gambling, then you go find another job. But I love basketball. Well, I mean, what do you love more? And I'm breaking it down in a very simple term.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want? What do you love more?
What do you love more?
What do you love more?
If you love staying out at strip clubs all night, maybe you should become a manager of a strip club.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying it. But if you, have a basketball job or some other job that probably you shouldn't be out all night, maybe not. James Harden, we'll see how he does with all this stuff.
It's messed up.
I'm trying to think of other fields. I don't want to get into too sticky of a situation, but certain jobs call for, if you're working at a daycare, you shouldn't probably show up reeking of booze or some other substance. Like, it's one of those things.
You might need it for those kids.
Well, you probably would need it afterwards, but maybe during too. But I'm just saying, like, there are things that I don't do because it just doesn't come with the territory. But nonetheless, somebody else asked Ira, it seems as though the gambling investigation has significantly affected Terry Rozier's play since coming to the Heat. Ira does say many factors could potentially have affected him in regards to Terry Rozier's struggles beyond an investigation. Of course, there was that neck issue that ended his 2023-2024 season.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat attempted to change his shot profile with more catch and shoot attempts advocated, and there was a constant changing role as Eric Spoelstra cycled through backcourt combinations. Now, with the Heat having re-signed Davion Mitchell and having drafted a guard in Kasper Siakouchonis, it'll be interesting to see what, if any, is left for Terry Rozier. I think we're all thinking Terry's not going to play very much this year, but his role in this team, I have no idea, Vlad. I have no idea. I mean, he barely played last year.
Yo, fam, when I'm just listening to you break this down, reading what Ira had wrote, and I'm thinking about this Heat team from last season, I'm like, their minds were not cleared to fully focus on a season.
It was a bad year last year.
Just everybody had a lot of just BS that they had to deal with. And I'm wondering after that year, see, I don't want to say it's a season loss,
it is.
but
it is. But from the coach,
that's where I was getting at.
Start from the top.
Coach was going. Coach had things he had to deal with. Personal. Now, after a year, I would assume, hopefully, that things are a little clearer, things are a little better. He's able to manifest through this journey a little bit better.
No,
so now, if your coach has clear mind, and then the players should also have clear mind because they'll know what their roles are.
Yep.
If you're because when you're reading me, Terry doesn't know if he's a catch and shoot three. That's not really his game.
They're
his
kind of
game,
changing his shot profiles
because his game is really, ISO 1-on-1, get to the lane, stuff like that. If he's, if he's open, he'll hit a three. If he's really hot, he'll start shooting. If not, that's not his game. But Terry had problems. Now that might have been self-inflicted with the federales. Jaime had problems. Nobody know what happened to Jaime last year. Nico has problems. Nico's getting hurt, but when he does get hurt, but when he starts playing well, he doesn't know if he's going to stay in the lineup much longer or not. Khalil didn't know what was going. He didn't know if he was going to Sioux Falls or South Beach every other day. Hopefully in this 25-26 season, roles are defined.
Yeah. And you throw in Jimmy Butler's situation where that was up and down and all over the place. Bam Adebayo, his first year as a captain, hard enough, much less having to navigate all this going on. Terry Rozier, like you said, Jaime Jaquez Jr., all over the place. All over the place. Then you get the trade. Then you bring in new people like Andrew Wiggins. They're trying to figure out their role. You're trying to figure out your new role with the team. It was just a disjointed year. That's why you had the record you had. The only person that seemed to kind of rise above it was Tyler Hero, who basically got his marching orders of stay in your lane, focus, do what I say, and everything will be all right. He was able to be more focused than anyone else and have an all-star season. But other than that, yeah, well, it was a season lost. Call it what you want to call it. From the top to the bottom. Everything, almost like Murphy's Law, everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah, Khalil Ware never really knew his role with the team until
not fair. I was upset. He had a 1 month span where he was really balling and was a favorite for rookie of the year, and then it was as if, you're getting too You're getting too popular. Send your ass back down.
Man. So now we're in a holding period with Terry Rozier, although I don't think he's going to be a major contributor to this team. It just seems like what happened last year could pretty much spill into this year. We'll see how these roles do get defined, but hopefully not another season lost for the Miami Heat. Up next, going to do some something or nothing here on 560 WQAM. We got some diamonds in the rough right now, a little something or nothing. Gonna go through some things, and Vlad will decide whether it is something or nothing. Like a New York City pawn shop owner admits to selling some of Joe Burrow's stolen property. Had to plead guilty. Is that something or nothing?
Oh, he got caught?
Yeah, remember when Joe Burrow?
No, I remember Joe. Yeah,
they were
it
playing the
was,
Dallas Cowboys on national TV,
Yeah,
and
it
that
was
string of people robbed his house.
yeah.
Well,
And then sort of string of people took all the items from Ohio and went to New York.
yeah, and the New York City pawn shop owner bought them and resold them and had to plead guilty to that. He said he knew too.
Well, I mean, if he was forthcoming, and I guess that's something. But I'd have figured out a way to, I'd have figured out a way.
I don't know. Yeah,
I think you got to pawn that somewhere else, man. You got to go like another country to pawn that.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like when you steal like, really expensive items, you get like pennies on the dollar for it. Is it really worth it?
What did he pawn? Like
I didn't
watches?
see it. He just said items.
Items. I mean, yeah. If it's like a watch or something like that, cool. But if now you like laptops and something that's able to, be monitored, yeah, that's bad.
Yannick Sinner, Novak Djokovic, and Jack Draper have withdrawn from the Masters tournament in Toronto. Is that something or nothing?
That is something because that's one of the better tournaments in the ATP.
Well, Sinner's coming off his big win over at Wimbledon.
Sinner, yeah. I mean, if I'm Sinner, I've been in Europe. I just won the Wimbledon. I'm chilling. Probably the same thing with Alcaraz. I don't know why the other tennis player is not playing, but
Djokovic is not playing. He had a long run.
Oh, Djokovic is old.
Yeah,
yeah, no, I'm good.
He's only
but
playing...
Toronto is a good tournament.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Was it the Rogers?
Yeah,
yeah.
Masters tournament in Toronto. 50 Cent's publishing company is suing his ex-girlfriend because she released some videos of their relationship claims online. Something or nothing. It's not nasty. It's not dirty stuff. It's apparently stuff that he had copyrighted and owned. And while they were in the relationship, he shared the pictures with her. She published them without his permission.
No, I mean, well, yeah, you got to pay. It's payback, baby.
Does hell have no wrath like a woman scorned?
Hell has no wrath like 50 upset. When 50's upset, shoot.
50's still doing it, man. You got to give him credit, man. He's just made
you don't want a problem.
Music, movies, vitamin water. He's still got, publishing companies and everything, man. He's made it in this business, man.
50 is not the enemy you want.
His name's Curtis Jackson, right?
Yes, sir.
That's his birth name, but we call him 50. That's his name. Ooh, a Florida woman.
Mm-hmm.
She maced a driver down in the Keys because the driver hit a chicken crossing the road. Something or nothing. I like it.
Look, I mean, respect to all animals, but if I got to get, I'm not stopping for no chicken. I mean, I can only stop for a certain amount of time.
Man,
I got to go.
Hurry up. Got what they deserve.
Cluck, cluck, cluck your way out.
Look, when these chickens are crossing the street or these ducks are crossing the street, I stop, man.
Right, you give them their number? You give them your number?
No, that's not the type of chickens and ducks I'm talking about. I stop. And I'll tell you, at LSU, there used to be lakes on both sides of the street, and the ducks and their families would cross. And when people wouldn't slow down, the people you wouldn't believe students would care, but like kids would honk and yell and scream and throw stuff at you. I never did because that's why I always stopped. But like people that wouldn't be very, very vigilant, they'd get it from the students.
There's a flip to that. I am vigilant to certain animals. I was at Pepperdine University in California.
Beautiful university.
Absolutely one of the
it's in Maui,
aesthetically great campuses in the world.
Maybe not, maybe the most aesthetic, like at least in the United States.
So I'm chilling. My homegirl she goes there. And this is like my first time in LA. This is my first time going.
You had a friend that went to Pepperdine?
Yeah, my boy's wife.
It's a good life, man.
So I'm chilling and I'm just looking at the campus, right? And then I'm just admiring its beauty. First time I'm in LA, Southern California. I'm just admiring the beauty. Just
Isn't it right there on the ocean too?
Right there.
Literally is on the beach.
It's not that far. It's like right there. You know what I'm saying? Right, Malibu. So it's not that far. The whole nine. I'm looking. And then I feel like there's somebody that's watching the same things that I'm watching. And they're gazing the way I'm gazing. But they're not human. They're an animal. I might have seen the cutest deer I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, man, I love deer.
And it was a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Chilling.
They chilling.
And you should have seen the students and the people that went to that university, how they protected those deer.
They do, yeah.
They do. Like, that's their animals.
Who sings the song? She from Malibu, Malibu. Mm-hmm. I think the song got stuck in my head and talking about Pepperdine.
Pepperdine was fine. Pepperdine was dope. I think Doug Christie went to Pepperdine.
I think so. You're right. Yeah. Pepperdine has a historic baseball program, 2 college baseball program. Very good. A couple national championships, nonetheless. Okay, Pepperdine. Didn't know we were going to be talking about the old Pep today.
Shout out to my boy Pep.
Oh, you got a Pep?
I got
You got a Pep on the roster?
I got my homie Pep.
Okay, cool.
I need those Wheezy tickets.
The Wayne?
Yeah.
Oh. A man took his tip back after being publicly schooled and humiliated by his waitress.
I love it. That's something.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why that's something.
I'll tell you a whole lot of reasons.
I'm gonna give you a story from another podcast that was hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
So Jadakiss was on Drink Champs with Nori, and he said there was one time, they were at a concert, and Nori, you know, when you see a people, you give the pound, right? You give everybody a greeting. So he knew everybody that was with Jada, but then there was this one guy, he gave him a pound and a greeting, but he didn't know if he was with them. So then he asked Jada, like, yo, is he with you? And then Jada said no. So Nori took back his pound.
Good. That's what you need to do.
So this man taking back his tip is absolutely
so. Let me give
great.
you a little more background on the story. So he and his wife, or girlfriend, went to a high-end restaurant. And
Yes.
the service was bad. He said the server forgot their drink twice, what they ordered.
You got to go.
Had to keep asking them what they wanted. So he gave her 10% at a high-end restaurant, gave her 10%. She was like, what is this? Is this it? Out loud in front of other people, then walked up and said, effing cheapskate. So he said, whoop.
I'll show you how cheap I am.
Back in my pocket.
I'll show you how cheap I am.
Yeah. I'm all for it. Look, you do a great job, you get a good tip. You do a terrible job, why do I have to tip you 20%, 15%, any percent?
Because he could have been an a-hole and then go to the manager and make it even more of a
Yeah,
bigger
get you in
scene.
trouble.
Like get you in trouble, might have got the meal. You might not have to pay for the meal, and it would have been bad. But bro, as a server, you can't forget my drinks twice. You can't give me bad service.
Especially at a high-end restaurant.
And here's the other thing. Women look at the service more so than men, because some of them might have been in the business before. So they're looking at everything. Like they know. My ex used to be a server, and when I would take her out to eat, when we go out to eat, she's definitely diligent on the customer service of the server.
This is the thing, and this is kind of dirty business. It happens a lot here in Miami. It happened to me a lot. He pulled the tip, and 10%. But now, of course,
pulled the tip out.
Most places in Miami, there's a 20% service charge or gratuity involved. So you get the bill, and I always ask, I'm like, hey, they never tell you, by the way, because they want you to double tip. And I go, hey, is there 20% or 18% gratuity? And they're always like, yeah, there's a service charge. And I'm like, okay, you probably might have wanted to tell me that, kind of seems like you're being deceitful. So yeah, I have no shame in asking, is there a 20% or is there a gratuity added? Because that's your right as someone that's, dining or drinking or doing anything. It's when they don't tell you. And then, look at you like, why aren't you tipping? And you're like, well, because 20%'s been added to the bill already. That's the reason why. And the other thing, I like to pay in cash, and they don't accept cash. So I'm like, well, then I'm not going to tip in cash because you don't accept cash. They're like, oh, no, I'll take a cash tip. No. You don't get it both ways. The government has to know about this now. Swipe, payal.
Our loyal listeners, our V8 Richie, I tip former service industry person. If the waitress, if the waitress is an 8 or a 10, 8 or a 10, 8 through 10, 8, 9 or 10.
That changes.
I'll tip 18%.
25.
I worked in the service industry. I was a host at Casa del Mar in Casa del Mar.
Yeah, that's over in Edgewater. I went there.
There is a Casa del Mar in Edgewater. There's many Casa del Mars, but there's Casa del Mar in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Well, I was close enough.
It's one of the
only country apart.
One of the leading hotels in the world. But yet it was very weird when Europeans would come into town and you look at them because you're expecting a tip. They don't tip in Europe,
right? Because they don't tip.
So they don't expect to be tipping.
That's why you have to in cities like LA and Miami. You almost have to put the 20% charge on there. But you can go ahead and tell people that too.
So.
And I understand in the United States, we don't pay our servers, waiters, bartenders enough money that the tip actually is considered in their budget. What do you call it? In their salary or in their pay, which is weird to me. They should just give them a living wage, make a living minimum wage for waiters, waitresses, servers, managers, whatever. And that way we can do away with the whole tipping situation, because it does get nasty a lot of times, because everyone has an opinion on how much you should get. Never mind that you just bought dinner for 5 people. Well, that's not enough of a tip. It's like it's 20%. They're like, give them more. Oh, give them more.
I hate when you're not including anything. You telling me to give you more.
Yeah.
Listen, Ma.
It is always
your stomach is fed. You've drunk. You've gotten all of this. You're telling me, man.
Guys and girls, like, I'm buying dinner, guys. Oh, how much did you leave as a tip? How about you not worry about that, since I'm paying for your dinner? No, well,
if I'm buying a meal, everybody on the table is tipping, including I'm tipping too. But
I just tell everybody, if you don't like the amount that I've tipped, which I always do the right amount. I don't ever, like, jip them. I'm like, if you don't like it, you put some money down. Well, I don't have any money. I'm like, well, then.
Yeah, and the service does mean a lot. Like, if the server is really doing a great job, telling you some secret stuff that you don't know about the restaurant, some secret menus or stuff like that, just making the experience something to where you would like to visit this place again. You're getting a good tip.
Yeah.
You're getting an absolutely great tip.
If you act like you don't know who I am and you disappear for long periods of time, you might have reasons why, but you know what? That still doesn't mean that I got a good service. Well, it's different. It's different. Nonetheless, let's not get too much into that. A couple more good stories. A man faked a DNA test in order to avoid paying $125,000 in child support. Vlad, something or nothing.
I'm all for it.
Faking a DNA test to get out of child support?
I'm all for it. Hey, if Shorty's gonna fake a DNA test or sign your name in the birth certificate, and then you come to find out the child is not yours, but just because you signed this birth certificate thinking that it was yours, now you got this person for the next 18 years. I don't want nothing of mine that's not mine.
Well, what? No, he faked his DNA test.
Right. So therefore, I will do the things that I need to do to stop me from having to pay 6 figures.
$125,000. That's a lot of money, man. Trust me, $25,000 is a lot of money,
man. Yeah, but that's 18 years worth. You got to deal with that person. That's millions.
18 years. And on the 18th year, found out. Last but not least, Vlad, story of a married virgin.
Huh?
Yes, she was raised in a very strict Mormon household where there was no premarital sex. When I say premarital sex, with yourself or with anything like
you
that.
can't even friends under the bed. And
I'll tell you this.
And shake the bed.
This one particular woman said she wasn't even allowed to wear tampons. I'm just going to say that.
Time out. She's leaking? She was
pads, man, just pads.
Oh my gosh.
So she said when it came down to consummating the marriage, her husband, who was also very strictly religious like that, they just didn't know what was going on. And she was also scared. So they didn't consummate the marriage until like months later, after they were officially married. Did they finally watch some videos and get some things done?
They watched porn.
They had to.
What do you think a Mormon porn would look like?
I have an idea. It would look like 2 people doing
more likely 3. They love multiple wives.
Right. I don't know. She's not bad looking at all. Laura
Ingalls?
Know. Who's Laura Ingalls?
Oh, it's House of Prairie.
Oh, okay. You got me sidetracked.
I'm just saying.
I don't know how
that's
it works.
how I look at the Utah.
I don't know how it
Mormon
works because number one,
religion.
it's not allowed in that religion anymore, from what I understand.
What? There's no more polygamy?
It's not allowed anymore by the letter of the law of the religion. I also don't know if even you do have polygamy or polygamy, if you maybe keep all your different parties separate. I don't know if everyone's welcome all at the same time. I would be speaking out of turn. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you have any insight on it?
What? On polygamy?
On how polygamy works behind closed doors?
I don't know. I would just think your 2 wives live with you. You shouldn't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
Think chores are done.
Oh, wait. The
food is made.
Wait, never mind. The 35-year-old Elaine, that's her name. She published her first book, Dear Elaine, My Years as a Married Virgin.
Oh, that means when she got the loving, that's it.
She said at 27, she finally did it and she felt relieved.
Oh, yeah. Come on, man. What? The cobwebs? Jesus Christ, man.
To get that V off your chest?
Oh, my God. And now I bet you she wants it every night now. That's what happens.
I think she's divorced now.
Which means she's getting there. Yeah, she's outside. Good for Elaine, man.
A Los Angeles, California lady.
Some of Elaine.
I'm all for it. You do your thing. Or don't do your thing. However it's considered. But yeah, I see the book. Dear Elaine.
Wait, so Dear Elaine, 7-year living in a what? Being a virgin in a
marriage. Yeah, it's called Dear Elaine, Alyne. My years as a married virgin.
Like, is she proud of it? Is she saying that she missed out on so much of life's joys?
I haven't read the book, man. I cheated on him with someone else. I didn't have sex with someone else, but it was someone sexual outside of marriage. I told him he was obviously horrified and destroyed.
Time out. Hold on.
This girl's wild.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
How you gonna say your husband was lacking on something that you've never experienced?
Oh man.
Huh? That makes no sense. How does that work? Yeah, like I'm trying to figure it out.
She said after a while, they just gave up trying to figure out how to do it.
They just should have. They couldn't watch porn. Is that against their religion?
Their religion, man. I don't know. After 3 different doctors. Okay.
Jeez, they had to go to the doctors for this?
So apparently her muscles were very, very, very strong and tight. And that made it very, very hard to consummate the marriage when they finally did make the decision.
So he has a little pecker.
No, that means that she is very strong and tight. Her muscles are very tight.
She got a little pecker. That's what I think that's what she was saying. I think that's what she was saying. Because she was looking at others. When you step outside of a wedding, of a marriage, before you even consummated
well, she didn't cheat.
She stepped
sexually.
It don't matter. She thought about it. And in the Mormon world, that's impure.
I was actually at the bookstore yesterday. I'll tell you what type of books I got. Keep it here. This is Sports Day 560 WQAM. Just a couple minutes, we're going to have Daniel Solana on talking about Inter Miami's win yesterday against the New York Red Bulls and what we can look forward to. Maybe some more braces from Messi throughout the year. Lone Depot Park, not as positive. My guy, Jansen Junk, rougher outing today. 5 innings, 5 earned runs. And the Marlins are now down 6-0 in the top of the 6th. So Marlins hitting a little bit of a speed bump. We'll see if they can't tough it out and make it back. Yesterday, hit up Coral Gables, man. Went to a bookstore. Speaking of the book, maybe I can find a
You read?
I went to Books and Books and Barnes and Noble. Man,
you read?
You forget. Yeah, I read a little bit. I was not really reading, more perusing. I forgot how fun bookstores are. I thought they were like a thing in the past that, like, what is this, like a payphone? But actually, you see a lot of things that, you want and you want to read, and it's fun and it's cool. And you end up spending a lot of money on books that you probably will never read, but you have them now. And then I walked up and down the Miracle Mile. I went to a Mexican restaurant, $5 beers, by the way, at the downstairs bar. This is at the south part of Miracle Mile. Then I went to this vegan Italian restaurant called Italy. I don't know why they spell it that way. It was cool. I'd eaten a lot of food, though, so I couldn't really eat that much. And then I walked around. I tried to go to Fritz and Franz. You ever been to Fritz and Franz, the German bar?
Mm-mm.
I was going to get like one of those beers that's like the size of a bathtub, but the air conditioning wasn't working. So I was like, I got to get out of here. So I went to the bar in Coral Gables. Vlad, let me tell you, if you're looking for a place to hang out in Coral Gables on like a Saturday night, go to the bar. They were playing a lot of freestyle music and there was some dancing going on. I'll just say that. A lot of dancing going on. And the bartender got me that 20% surcharge on drinks. I was like, why am I paying this much for this little amount of alcohol? And I looked at my receipt. I was like, I see.
It's not bad.
You see, but man, whew. And I watched the Pacquiao fight and listened to it. So Coral Gables is fun, man. It's a little more quiet than South Beach. It's a little more local. Had a great time, man. And I know it wasn't the wild, although they played a little bit of hip hop last night at the bar. And I know it's not like the backyard where you were, where it was just nonstop hip hop. Was it the same DJ the whole time?
Nah, they had a lady DJ. I forgot her name. She was dope. She was playing some of the classics, like late 70s, 80s, like leading up to the 90s and 2000s stuff. But she was really good. She was really good. I hadn't been there in a couple of months because NBA and the NHL playoffs were kind of occupying our minds at the time. But so it's been a minute since I was there, and it was great. And it was exactly what everybody needed. Like all my friends that came down, they were looking for something to do. We're old, so we want to party, but we don't want to party.
That's the thing right there. Yeah. I did notice, though, like earlier in the night, the DJ, like you said, plays like some 80s, 70s, 90s, kind of some older stuff. And then as the night gets later, gets into some of the more new material, like like whatever Kendrick or Drake or whoever else is dancing around, making it happen these days. So I did notice that. So you could tell, like, I didn't have to look at my cell phone or my clock watch to know what time it was. I just knew by the time of the music. The newer and more recent it got, the later I knew it was. Like, I thought, oh, it must be about 11:45 now, because you're starting to play like songs from about 2-3 years ago, and they start blending in maybe like some songs that are hits right now, and I'll be like, okay, it's midnight.
What I hate was that my body wasn't feeling like my body was all ready to have fun, but it was like, you haven't been moving in a long time. It felt like I needed WD-40.
Oh, see, my body was ready to party all night. My wallet was holding me back. Like, whoa, hold on, man. Hold on.
Yeah, it was great, but it was great. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Mo. Shout out to the nice, lovely ladies I met out there.
They really should not make you buy tickets to go to the backyard.
I don't mind buying. It's only $20. It ain't nothing, bro. Come on, man.
And
put it this way.
I know the drinks aren't cheap.
They're not expensive, bro.
Oh, really?
Like a bucket and a water was like a bucket of 5 Coronas or Heinekens and 2 waters was like $36.
Yeah, I was only not cheap.
Yeah, I mean, it's not expensive considering what other clubs be charging you. There's some clubs that charge you like $15 a beer. Like, get out of here, man.
Where I went to eat last night, Italy, which is a vegan Italian place, they wanted $9 for a Peroni. I said, I'll pass, man.
$9 for a Peroni?
And I mean, I know some people love Peroni. I'm not a huge fan, much less it's not good enough for me to spend $9 on. So, like, I just passed it.
Dude, I know I had a good time because I woke up when I got in my car today, and I went to go get my, the card to get in. I'm like, why is there Corona in here?
Oh no. Oh no.
Like, why is there and it's full. Like it hasn't been open. I was like, oh man, I must have taken the Corona with me. I was like, what was I doing? I don't remember, bro.
I know you.
I don't remember. I don't remember because I know it was a good night because I was like, I woke up and I'm like, oh, everything's good. And then I took the first morning urine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, after I released, it was like, oh, you went out last night. Oh, okay. Yeah, you did things.
I knew I had to shut it down the other night. I didn't think I was heavily drinking at all, but I spilled tartar sauce in my bag. And
RVA Richie was definitely one for the road.
Always. One for the ditch, man. You got to do that. But I spilled tartar sauce in my bag.
Nah.
No. When I say my bag, this is a bag that it doesn't have like equipment. It's a bag where I like
clothes.
No. Just I keep like papers and recycle because I don't like to just throw away papers from like trivia because I want to go take them home and recycle them. So it really just fell on a lot of paper. But anytime you're spilling condiments, it's time to cut it off, man. Go home. I was like, and my friend's like, come on out to the bar. Like, no. I spilled tartar sauce all over a bag with, like papers and pencils and everything. I was like, I got to get out of here, man. I got to get home. So, yeah. Anytime you trip in public, anytime you spill something in public.
Now, you can't trip. The stumble, you can't do. I might as well fall.
If I stumble.
The stumble's embarrassing.
If I trip, if I fall, if I stumble, don't matter.
I might as well fall.
I did it in New Orleans one time. We were going to some place called I can't remember the name of it, but the sidewalks were uneven and I had been drinking, but I wasn't hammered and I fell and they're like, you just automatically just left. You just bounced. I was like, yeah, because I have a rule. If you fall, you're out. It's time to go home.
Now, if you're going to, at the age we are right now, a stumble is bad.
That's it. Go home.
That's a mean.
Go home.
Just go home.
It's just so embarrassing. Okay. Quick headlines before we get to Daniel Solana. Dolphins training camp. The veterans will report on Tuesday. Scotty Scheffler has won the Open. That's in Great Britain.
Scotty.
Tyreek Hill's beefing with RG3. Everybody's beefing with RG3. He's kind of an easy target. He makes himself an easy target. Manny Pacquiao did not win last night. It was a draw with Mario Barrios. Barrios retains his title. With that being said, let's go into the day spa. Oh, man, this one's we're talking about today. Hot wifing is a new trend. And I can give you all the details, but for the most part, it's just cuckolding.
What?
They say it saves marriages because it relieves some stress. Being a cuckold. Watching your old lady or your old lady watching you get it on with someone else. They said it relieves stress. And one woman claims.
How does it release it? No.
She says there's a difference between making love and having sex. 50 Cent. She said, I don't make love to these other men. I make love to my husband.
So what you're basically saying that your husband and he breaking your back.
They said it saves the marriage, takes some stress off the relationship.
Nah, yeah, it saves stress. She wants her back broken. That's what she wants. And she's saying you can't do it, hubby.
Turnabout is fair play.
Well, then that's different.
What I've learned about open relationships, if I may, as a guy, 9 out of 10 times when the guy wants an open relationship, he's already got like a side piece or another girl he wants to date.
He has a bullpen.
But he doesn't. The woman has what we call a bullpen, the entire world. So if you're a guy, you've got to keep that in mind. If this other girl that you like leaves you and you're back on the streets,
I can't.
Those streets are tough, man.
I can't.
No,
fam. I've been asked. I've done.
No,
I've smashed another. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
And it's just like, nah, B. That's weird, man. That was it. It was a one. I'm out, man. Shout out to Plato's.
Well, Lionel Messi, he got 2 last night. Vlad.
Golazos?
Yeah. Daniel Solana going to be talking about it. It's been a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde week for Inter Miami. I want to find out what I should be believing in this team next with Daniel Solana on 560 WQAM. In the past couple of days, we've had the bad Inter Miami and the good Inter Miami. Which one should we believe that this team actually is? Well, that's why we bring in Battered Herons podcaster Daniel Solana, our expert on soccer. Daniel Solana, how you doing, man?
Doing fantastic. How are you doing, fellas?
Oh, life is good, man. Life is good.
Living, man. Just living.
FC Cincinnati hosts Inter Miami, and they just outclassed them 3-0. Then last night, you get down 1-0, 14th minute, no problem. Messi back to his old ways. He gets a brace, gets 2 assists. The team wins 5-1. Is this just soccer in general? Like, there's going to be some matchups. There's going to be some good ones, bad ones, and there's going to be days you think we're the best team in the league. Right now, I think we're the best team in the league. There's going to be days where you're like, man, we're not that good.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it before, right, fellas? We've talked about how parity affects the league, how we should, expect things like this to happen. Also, I was listening to the last segment just to let folks know I'm going to the Coldplay concert. I'm going with my wife.
Oh, so good job.
I won't be photographed like a certain CEO and go viral.
By the way, that CEO not making that much money. Not a powerful company.
Not anymore, though. He lost his job.
Not anymore. Yeah. Oh, it's over for him. He was done.
Oh yeah.
They let him go.
Yeah, we kept it. Damn. So Coldplay, good. Going with your wife, so nobody try to stir up anything with Daniel Solana.
Exactly. But what I wanted to get into, I heard you. You asked, when do we need to start believing in this team? Right. That was your question. When do we need to start believing? And the truth is, you always got to believe in Inter Miami. You always have to believe in this team because of what they're building and what they're doing. We talked about Rodrigo de Paul last week. It's official now, 100%. He'll be here this week coming up. He'll be debuting in the first Leagues Cup game in a couple of weeks. But like Coach Mascherano said yesterday at the end of the game, this team's been through a really brutal stretch over the last few weeks. A lot of games, not a lot of rest, and a ton of travel. And that's going to affect any squad, right? No matter how talented you are. But when it matters, they showed up. Like you said, Dan, they got outclassed on Wednesday by a Cincinnati side who has looked to be hitting their stride, going down 3-0 in Cincinnati, Ohio. But then when their back was up against the wall, when they needed to scrape a win out, and everybody thought that Mascherano was going to go and start a bunch of reserves and not start the team and do some sort of rotation. Nope, he stuck to his guns and he put the whole team in. And what did they do? They smashed the Eastern Conference reigning champions 5-1. And it wasn't perfect, no, but this isn't gymnastics. You're not going for a perfect 10 or a perfect 15. It's soccer. And sometimes showing you mean business like they showed it last night means grinding through some of the mess and dropping 5 goals anyways, which is exactly what they did, giving up the first goal and then scoring 5 unanswered. So this team has the grit, this team has the heart, and it just needs the fans to get behind it and start believing in it as well.
I'm glad you bring that up, Daniel Solana, because you really do get into the minutiae. You get into all the details. I was looking at some stats the other day that says that if you look at the analytics of this team, not wins and losses, not goals, but just the analytics, this year's team is far better than last year's team that won the Supporters Trophy. Have you noticed that the little things that maybe a casual soccer fan might not notice, that this Inter Miami team is actually much better than they were last year?
Absolutely. I mean, they're set up to have a much better starting lineup than they did last year, and you can see that on the pitch. The issue is in the bench, right? And that's where last year you had a lot of players on the bench, like a Matias Rojas who could come in, and some other players who were on the bench and can come in, and you didn't see that much of a difference between the players that started the game and the players that would come in off of the bench. This year, you don't have a lot of that. You have a lot of youth on the bench. You have Benjamin Kremaski usually on the bench. You have Fafa Pico, who used to be a very speedy player. We got to see him a little bit last night. We even got to see Santiago Morales, son of one of the assistant coaches, come in after he hadn't had minutes in a very long time for Inter Miami. So we got to see some of the other players, but the drop in talent is massive when you look at the starting lineup versus what you have on the bench. And, Mascherano is forced sometimes to hold some subs and not make some subs because he doesn't trust his bench. And really, I think that's what we're going to be seeing now when the transfer window opens on July 24th, this upcoming week, is you're not just going to see Inter Miami adding Rodrigo de Paul. You're going to be seeing them adding a couple of more pieces as well.
Is that because of the crazy schedule that they have in August? And after I guess there's a little maybe international 2 weeks in the beginning of September, and then they have 5 games in September. But I'm looking at their schedule right now in August. They have a game almost
every 3 or 4 days.
Like every 3 or 4 days. This might be from Saturday, August 16th, when they take on LA Galaxy. Their next game is another week, the following week on the 23rd. But if you look at their schedule, they have a game like every Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, back to Wednesday.
Oh, and that's because they don't have the schedule up for the knockout stages for the
And
League
they don't
Cup.
have
Remember,
right? And we haven't put up because they got 3 games in League Cup, so I'm not even including the extra League Cup games that they have. Is that why we should expect more buying during that period towards the end of the month? And this is why they've added so much young depth, because of this, what it to me looks like a very rigorous month in August for this team.
absolutely, and it's a very rigorous season in its totality, right? They started off playing MLS regular season, then they played CONCACAF Champions Cup. That was a lot of games, added to the schedule. They played the Club World Cup, which added an additional 4 games to the schedule, and now they have Leagues Cup coming up, which guarantees them 3 games, and not any 3 games. You're not playing MLS teams this year. You're playing 3 Mexican teams from the Liga MX. It's not going to be easy. You can see the Liga MX right now in the transfer window is making waves. I don't know if you guys saw, but Jamie Vardy is now signed to play Liga MX. Pumas got Angel Correa from Atlético de Madrid. So Liga MX is gearing up to win this tournament, and I think these 3 games are going to be very tough. And you nailed it, Vlad. It's going to be a game every 3 or 4 days through the month of August, possibly through the rest of the season. And what they need to do is they need to bring some more players, reinforce the team, and make sure that they have enough firepower to get to not only to get into the playoffs, because I know that they're going to get into the playoffs, but to do something when they get into the playoffs and not get upset like we were upset last year against Atlanta.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Is the lack of depth something to be concerned about? Because could it be one of those things like the Panthers? Let's just get into the playoffs and we'll find a way. We'll just play a lot of starter minutes in the playoffs. But will that possibly catch up to us? Or is it kind of diminished with the kind of way that the MLS playoffs is set up? The lack of depth, if we don't get that much more depth, should it be something we're worried about when we get into the MLS playoffs?
Absolutely. I think it's something that you definitely have to worry about, not just for the MLS playoffs, but now in the run-up to the MLS playoffs, right? Like we've been talking about, there's a lot of games coming up. Like Vlad mentioned, there's going to be a couple of international windows in September and October, which I'm sure Messi is going to go and play with the national team, as well as some other players that we have going to be playing with their national team. So it's going to be adding more minutes on those players. And at the end of the day, what do you need? You need fresh legs. So you need players to come in here who are, like we've been talking about, at a similar level as the starters, or at a better level than what we currently have on the bench, so that we are for sure, if something happens to one of our starters, we know that we have somebody that can just, next man up. Kind of like how we talk about hit culture, right? That's exactly what Inter Miami needs to do, and come up with their own culture so that they can have next man up, and especially deal with all the injuries. We still have a couple of injuries. Gonzalo Lujan was back in the lineup last night. So was Yannick Bright. But Ian Frey is still out. He's one of the center backs that is key to this team. Noah Allen, another one who was having a fantastic season. We've talked about him before. He's still injured as well. Like I mentioned, he'll be back in a couple of weeks, hopefully. We should look at as those guys coming back into the lineup also as kind of, I don't want to say additions to the team, but it's almost like we haven't seen them in over a month. So having them come back is going to be fantastic. And, we're waiting for them with open arms.
Can you answer me this? This is my theory. There's no middle ground with Inter Miami. They're either the best, they look unbelievable, or they look like they haven't played soccer ever. There's no middle ground, because they get shut out by FC Cincinnati on Wednesday, and then yesterday they score 5 goals. And that's what usually happens, if you notice, over at least, I would say, the last 6 weeks, because we're going to count the Club World Cup. When they score, they're going to score. They don't score, they're going to get beat bad. Why is there no middle ground for them right now?
I mean, I think it goes back to Mascherano's tactics. Mascherano's tactics has basically said, hey, we are going to find a way to get the ball to Messi and then have Messi create the magic for everybody else. And sometimes some teams figure that out and they man mark Messi, or they try to crowd him in the middle of the field. And unfortunately, if that's your tactics, and you're going to crowd the person who you're going to look for in your tactics, then that's going to affect the way that, the rest of the players and the rest of the team is going to play. So to me, it goes back to Mascherano's tactics. He needs to figure out how to play against certain teams and needs to learn how to change up the way that his team plays. I think this team, when Rodrigo de Paul comes in, if they can get another winger, like we've talked about in the past, they should play a much wider game. They should try to expand the field, use the width, use the speed that they have on the wings, with Fafa coming off the bench, with Tadeo Allende using his speed on the right wing. If we can get a left winger, somebody who can use their speed on that left wing, although we've seen Talasco Segovia have kind of a resurgence over the last few games. He had another brace last night, 2 beautiful goals. These guys are making a effort to say, hey, we are here. We're ready to start. We are ready to play with Messi. And you can see that they're having a good time doing it. And they're just getting better and better as the season goes on.
Quick report cards real quick. I want to talk about Javier Mascherano. What would be a grade for him this far in his early career in Miami?
A C.
Really?
Thank you.
Middle ground C. Absolutely.
Okay, so what about your favorite player of all time, Luis Suarez? This year, what would you give him on his report card?
I give him a B-.
Oh, come on.
Told you. I know. Cool. It's B-.
You want to know why?
Yes, of course I want to know why.
And I'm sick and tired of the Luis Suarez slander that's been going on this season already. I understand he's not scoring 30 a season like he used to when he was on Liverpool, when he was on Barcelona, but that doesn't mean that he's not playing, great. I don't think, and let's be honest, I don't think he's playing great. I think it's obvious that, he's past his prime. I think you can tell that he's in pain when he plays on the game. But at the end of the day, he's leading Inter Miami in assists and sits 3rd in the league with 10 assists. And that's not luck. That's elite vision and football IQ. Suarez brings so much more than goals. And I understand he's the forward, but you also have to understand the tactic that Mascherano plays. And you can see them on display last night. Messi bringing up the ball, Suarez, posting up the center back, Messi finding Suarez passing it back to Messi threading the ball through a needle, getting it to Jordi Alba in the box. And that's what Suarez is supposed to be doing now. He's more of a player who's going to play with his back to the goal, who's going to distribute the ball, and they're not using him to score goals. So look, like I said, he brings much more than that. His link-up play, his movement, the way that he drags defenders. And who does he open up space for? Messi.
So let me ask you this, a little bit more on Suarez. Do you think it's us as fans and media members that we can't see somebody moving on in their playing career and changing the way they play and making it more team complementary than looking out more for him to get his goals, his shots off? Because what you're saying is absolutely true. If the guy has 10 assists, he's in the top 5 in assists. That means he's getting scoring opportunities for his teammates, and at his age, I think that's more of a plus than it is than a negative. So, is it just our mindset, our thinking, not because we're so used to this man scoring so many goals, we've seen him score goals for his other teams that we're just putting that on him right now? Like, oh no, you're here, you were brought here to score goals, so score goals.
Yeah, I think he's unfortunately he's a victim of his own past, right? He's scored so many goals over his career at so many clubs. Only a couple of years ago, leading Atletico de Madrid to a miraculous title win over Barcelona after they pushed him out of the club. And I think people were expecting that type of Suarez, but you have to understand the man is 38 years old. He's on a cheap contract, guys. He's on a very cheap contract. So to be in the top 3 in assists in the MLS on the contract that he's on, I think he's making 1.2 million, which is absolutely nothing when you look at the rest of the squad. So, I mean, he's on a bargain deal. I think every single team in the MLS would take Suarez on that deal. And if you're not, then you're absolutely nuts.
I want to ask you this, Daniel Solana. Next 2 Saturdays, Inter Miami going to be hosting teams. FC Cincinnati coming to town 7:15 this coming Saturday. The following Saturday, Inter Miami taking on a Liga MX team. Is it Necaxa?
Necaxa.
Necaxa. Okay, so I had it right this time. I was getting nervous.
Well, yeah, that middle part's tough.
We know FC Cincinnati has traditionally been a tough matchup for Inter Miami. I don't know much about Necaxa. Which game would be better to go to?
I mean, personally, if you want to see a good game, I think both are good to go to, but I would prefer to go to the FC Cincinnati game. It's on a Saturday. It's payback time, right? It's payback time. They just beat you 3-0. What better way to get back at them and a good game to go to than, against Inter Miami, at home, FC Cincinnati. It's going to be beautiful, boys. I know you guys want to go. I'll be out there. I'm trying to convince my brother Alejandro if he'll join us as well.
You don't need your brother.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. I'm not. I love Alejandro, but we just got to act like everybody. There's
single match tickets.
There's some beef when there's really no beef.
Let's see.
I'll tell you this: the cool thing about the Necaxa game is going to be there's probably going to be a lot of Mexican fans at the game, and that'll make it a lot more fun because usually, when you get two MLS teams, there's not a lot of not a lot of fans that come from the opposing team. And what makes it fun than when you can chant at each other in the game? So, in terms of atmosphere, I think the Necaxa game is going to be a better atmosphere, but it's also midweek to get to Chase Stadium midweek. It's already tough.
Necaxa is a Saturday.
Oh, it's the following Saturday?
It's the second game, not the first.
So okay, the second game.
So just go to back-to-back.
I'm looking at price of tickets and everything.
Man, listen, Inter Miami, the love that this team,
$65 tickets for Necaxa.
You could show us love.
I mean,
you could show all three of us love. You could show the two Daniels, Dan and myself. You could show us love because we talk about you guys all the time.
Okay, I can get us media. We'll be there.
Okay. Now, quick question from last week, Daniel Solana. You and I both said that PSG was going to whip Chelsea's ass, and it was the total opposite. What in the hell happened last Sunday at MetLife Stadium?
The European fans are going to blame it on the weather, right? The European fans are going to say that it was too hot for their players and they played a month in the heat and they couldn't stand these unbearable conditions. But the truth of the matter is,
isn't Chelsea in Europe? Isn't Chelsea?
Yeah.
So a European team lost to a European team. You just got your ass kicked. That's all.
I mean, that's the bottom fact, right? That's the fact of the matter is that they just got their butt whooped on worldwide television. It was a complete disaster for PSG. Not only did they lose the game, but I don't know if you guys saw their manager Luis Enrique then pushed one of Chelsea's players after the game. Yeah, you didn't see it. Look it up.
Red carded for pulling someone's hair too.
Yeah, I saw that. So, look, it just wasn't the storybook ending that PSG was hoping for after, they basically manhandled everybody except for Botafogo in the tournament. It was Chelsea who came from pretty much obscurity because they didn't do anything during the season in the Premier League. They did win the European Conference League, but nobody expected them to win the tournament. And look, they came out, they played every game tough. They didn't have a very tough schedule to get out of the group stage, but they did what they had to do in the knockout stage to win it all. And congrats to them. Now they can probably go spend another $500 million, in the transfer window.
What are you lasting thoughts on this tournament?
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I can't wait until 2029. I hope it's in the U.S. again. I hope they expand to 48 teams. I hope Nacional comes. I hope Peñarol comes. I hope they get a few more Brazilian teams and Argentinian teams. I think they were the stars of the tournament. The fans of those teams were the stars of the tournament. Even the fans of the Aurora Red Diamonds that came out here, they stayed after the games. They would clean the stadiums up with the cleaning crew. I mean, dude, this is culture, baby. This is culture.
Hold on.
You didn't see that either?
You're telling me there's a fan base that actually helps the workers clean up the stadium?
Absolutely.
I give them props because they know they messed up the stadium. So it's like, you know what? If I made the mess, let me help you clean up the mess. I think I got a new favorite team now.
Oh,
yes, I have a new favorite team now.
Hey, they're a good team to the sport, and they have a great fan base, Vlad.
Obviously,
I am part of it.
Not Chelsea, winning the trophy, but
that's your team, man. Shout out to them.
No, it's good. They really took it to PSG and kind of punched him in the mouth. They was never looking back on that. Now Inter Miami, time to punch FC Cincinnati in the mouth. Daniel Solana, we appreciate it. Might see you there Saturday. Gonna try to get on out there, and definitely for the Necaxa game, try to go on out there. Also, should be fun. Inter Miami. I'm back on the train, man. After a 3-0 loss, 3-0 loss, we suck. We get a 5-1 win. Best team in the league. Best team in CONCACAF. Let's go.
Love it, boys. Love it.
FC Cincinnati had something to say about it, but yeah, you'll have a great one, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, brother.
All right, see you, fellas.
Closing out the show next, Sports Day 560 WQAM.
A little too much, man.
So earlier today, we talked to Daniel Solana. He talked about Inter Miami winning and losing once and twice this week.
We're going to replay this
Let's
interview.
hear what he had to say. No, we're not doing that.
No, we're not doing that, man. Come on, man. No, it's true. Listen, you listeners and avid listeners of the station know what certain shows do. If they have an interview early in the show, hey, we all know somebody might have not heard that interview. Let's replay it again. So, yes.
Never mind that you can go to our website, the Odyssey app, or a myriad of different places and rehear it on your own leisure.
Right.
We need to replay it again for you in your car. I know what you do.
We're not like other shows because we actually stay unless we have somewhere to go.
Oh, yeah. In that case, like
in a couple of weeks, when the Yankees play the Marlins, if you and I want to go, there's going to be a 3:30 interview being played to take us out.
I got some ideas.
You know what I mean? Like, that's going to happen. Yes, it is a Joe Rose special. It's a Tobin and Leroy special.
Oh, goodness.
It's a Hawk and Crowder special.
It's just a 560 special.
It's just really a 560 special.
Man,
God forbid they have two good interviews. Oh, my God. They might just leave.
Take the day off.
They might take the final hour off.
Take the day.
No, we're not going to do that, guys. No.
No,
Nah,
man, we're here on like Christmas
Right.
Day doing. We're here Thanksgiving.
Put it this way. Let's use our brains.
Was it you and I, Vlad, that were here Thanksgiving night until 2:30 in the morning? After
Right.
the
You're talking about the
game?
Dolphin Packer game?
Was it you and I, or was Greeper here with me? I can't even remember. It was so late. I think Greeper was here with me.
Nah, I don't think I worked things. Did I work? I think I worked Thanksgiving with
no,
you.
No, Greeper came because Greeper owns like 0.001%
of the Packers. Yeah.
So
no, but I think we did the third. No, I think Greeper worked with you Christmas Day.
There was no Christmas Day game, thank God.
There was 2 years ago. There was Dolphins
2 days ago. I've
Packers.
done that. Yeah.
Right. Last year was you and I doing.
We did some. We
did Dolphins Packers after Thanksgiving.
So you were here for Thanksgiving.
I was here for Thanksgiving because I was the only. I was like, oh man, we had a couple of beers. It was good.
Oh yeah, that's right. You brought different flavors of the beer.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I don't remember. I don't know. But yeah, no. So if we're here on Thanksgiving, we're here on Christmas, we're here on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We're probably not going to skip out 15 minutes early on a Saturday.
That's crazy. Like we just did the interview and we play it right back.
Don't say it hasn't happened.
I'm just saying that's hysterical. And you know what, listeners, I appreciate you knowing that and calling us out on that.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't do that to you guys.
No, I wouldn't do that to you at all. I mean, no, we wouldn't do that to you without good reason.
Like, yeah, and you would know the reasons. We're very true. There's nothing to hide with us. Maybe we're too true. We're too open.
Okay, I see where you're trying to take this.
I'm just saying.
I might just be like, got a lot of things going on. Man, we haven't talked to Daniel Solana in a while, aka 5 minutes. Let's see what he had to say.
I had more to ask him, but it's been about other sports because I know he's an avid golfer, so I wanted to hear him about Scheffler.
Oh, I wanted to ask him about the Marlins too.
How they doing?
They're not doing too good. Last I checked, it was 6-0, 7-0 now. Jansen Junk also didn't pitch very well.
Yeah, that's your boy.
Hey man, I'm ride or die right now, man. It happens, man. 5 innings, 5 earned runs. He's still got a 3.25 ERA. That'll keep you in the bigs for a while. Team. Okay, you win some, you lose some. But the Marlins, they're having a tough one. It's bottom of the 8th right now, down 7-0. We'll see if they don't have some.
That's 2 hours, man. 2 hours and 8 minutes this game has been.
Yeah, man. That's the way it works with these newfangled baseball games. So Jansen Junk got in trouble in the 4th and the 5th, giving up 1 earned run and 1 unearned run, 5 earned runs. So struck out 1. Yeah, win some, lose some. It's all right, Jansen. We still love you. Jansen Junk.
Oh, you still love him.
I do still love him. Yep.
Include me.
Anything good today, Vlad? You're not going back to the backyard or the patio?
No. I'm gonna chill with my boys. I'm gonna hit up my boy Damien, who's in town. Shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Jerry from Nazareth Regional High School.
Nazareth Regional High, man.
Yeah,
legend in the game.
Been my peoples for over 30 years, man. So just celebrated a birthday a couple of weeks ago. So happy born day to him.
Oh, wait, am I getting Nazareth Regional mixed up with Nazareth East in Chicago?
You might be, yeah, because Nazareth Regional High School is a great private school.
Is it a big time basketball school?
It's I don't want to say big time, but it's good. There's been some great players. Robert Phelps, Robert Griffith, Darnell Williams, Damian Brown, Jeff Oline. We had a good football team too. Shout out to my boy Jerry Lawrence. We had Kenny Guerriere. By the way, I'm just shouting out all my friends who just played a lot of sports.
Oh, you're not talking like former professional athletes.
No, some of them had a chance. My boy Darnell went to Xavier, and he had a chance.
Of Ohio?
Yeah, he went to Xavier, Ohio, played with Skip Prosser. Was part of those, back when I loved watching college basketball and watching the A-10, the Atlantic 10, and then you're seeing like Xavier versus Cincinnati. You're getting to see Nick Van Exel, Kenyon Martin. Like, you seeing those guys. I was like, who are these guys?
Man, I'm thinking about going to this Inter Miami Necaxa game. Necaxa. Because, they're going to have the Mexican fans out there. You're going to have the Inter Miami fans out there. There's going to be some cheering, some smoke bombs going off.
Snort lines.
There's going to be a lot of fun out there, man.
I'm sorry.
Gonna work on that. Gonna work on it. I'm going to see. But, yeah.
What you got? But now I know. Hit them up. Maybe watch CNA. Slammiversary. For all the wrestling fans on there.
Okay,
TNA.
I was about to say CNN. Is there something going on in the world right now?
TNA.
Where you're trying to watch the world news leader?
No. I'm talking about TNA. Wrestling.
Dude, I have not finished anything on Netflix. I don't think for the year.
Since Karol G?
Oh, I did finish
Since
Karol
Beck-
G, which
yeah.
I had to watch in 2 separate sittings once again. I watched the documentary on Abercrombie and Fitch last night and got to about 60% through, then turned it off. There's no way I'm watching it tonight. I've been watching Alpha Malis, which is Alpha Males in Spanish. It's a Spanish sitcom comedy. When they start talking too fast, I get lost, man. And so I miss some of the jokes. I can't finish anything. I'm trying. No, I finished Poop Cruise, the infamous Poop Cruise on what do you call that? What's the new show? Trainwreck. And I watched the
put me on this train wreck. Every day I'm getting a
I love it,
notification
man.
about train wreck. So it's
Trainwreck-
like it's a weekly episode of just things that went left.
So a weekly episode, yeah, and it just turned into a train wreck. So the first one was about that Toronto mayor that got caught smoking crack over and over again and kept denying it for some reason, even though they had him on camera. Then the second one was Astro World with Travis Scott, which I didn't watch because I just got caught. Then Poop Cruise came out. Then there's The Boy in the Bubble that came out. It's really interesting to see just how South and how poorly planned. American Apparel was another one about like how do these people like survive being so train wreck, you know? Like my life's a train wreck. I got you.
I like the train wreck strand. That was a good strand.
Okay. Once again,
no, it was a good strand at the time.
You could argue my life's.
Am I lying?
I don't know.
Twitchers, let me know before we go.
Jump in.
Wasn't the train wreck strand?
My life is a train wreck, but it's like more of a professional, organized train wreck. These people.
I'm happy you said organized.
Like I'm controlling the train wreck. At least, and then I know this sounds like someone that is an absolute train wreck. I'm in control of my train wreck. These people have no control.
Why you say that?
Because they're not in control of their
They're not the
situation
brightest
in their lives.
They're not the brightest of the brights.
I just don't think I think they've just lost control. Like when you're the mayor of Toronto and you can't stop being drunk in public to start off with, then you're smoking out of a pipe on video.
Yeah, he's getting his Marion Barry on.
Well, it turned out okay for old Marion, I guess.
Didn't he get back to the?
He came back.
He came back to his role.
DC. Both he and the mayor of Toronto, spoiler alert, they're not with us anymore. I always this might be a weird take. I always thought Marion Barry was okay. He had his issues. That video shows he had his issues. Are you proud of Marion Barry?
I'm not, rest in crack.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? Rest in crack.
Have you ever seen Dead Presidents?
Of course.
Sure you have. Why would I ask? I mean, I'm just saying, that's an interesting movie. And Black Panther, where they kind of like say that there was a flood of drugs or was that Black Panther?
Black Panther had nothing to do with drugs. What are you talking about?
No. Or Panther. The movie just Panther.
Oh,
I'm
the
sorry.
movie Panther.
Yeah, I don't watch Wakanda and all that stuff. The movie Panther, is that the one where they
I'm
said
about to say what kind of Black Panther you watching?
Is Panther the one about the Black Panthers? Is that the one where they blame the government for flooding the streets with drugs?
I mean,
in the movie.
I guess yes.
Okay, that was the one.
Okay.
Dead President. Why did I even say Dead President? This
I
has
know
nothing to do with what
I know you must have had Lawrence Tate on the head. I don't know.
I got a lot on my head right now. I'm gonna go home and catch some sleep. I need to get up at 4 a.m.
They did have one of the best characters of all time in that movie, Dead Presidents.
I've seen Dead Presidents.
Yeah, man.
It's been once again. I haven't completed a lot of things in my year, so tonight's probably not much better.
Cuddy, come on, man. Who doesn't love Cuddy? Man, Cuddy. Remember the guy that was taking care of Anthony Curtis and his girl Juanita, and he was buying her like groceries and stuff like that, and he just told her like, you never bite the hand that feeds you. I was like, oh man, you got to take that because it was true.
It's true.
It was true.
Words to live by.
Nah, man, you can't have no other. We were just talking about it. We don't like the cuckolding. We don't like no man can buy your wife, your girl, your mother, your baby groceries.
No,
it's nasty work.
That's not right. No,
he owns you.
Yeah,
like you're his slave now.
All right. Well, we're gonna be here at the radio station nonstop working. You and I will be here tomorrow. Just turn on the radio.
We'll be on back to back
pretty much all week long in the AM to early PM hours. We'll be back next week from noon to 4, Saturday and Sunday. Just follow at Vlad2078 at Dan Day Radio. Go take a break, Vlad. Relax. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'll be in for Marcos for Tobin and Leroy, and you'll be in for Hollywood, who will be in North Carolina.
ACC Media Day. We got ACC Media Days. That
ACC Media Day.
Football's right around the corner. For my cousin Vladimir Loso, I am Dan Day. This has been another edition of Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Later, fools.